Hello to all of our Castbox.fm listeners here on the Dadcast. We would like to inform you that we've transferred over to Podbean.com. So if you'd like to continue listening to the podcast, you can find us at weeklydadcast.podbean.com. That's weeklydadcast.podbean, spelled Podbean.com. You can also find us at the new YouTube channel, Dadcast. Search Dadcast and just look for the red microphone, and you should be able to find us. We have all of Season 0, which is, as you would see, the first 15 episodes of the Dadcast, along with both Dadcast After Dark episodes, and the new weekly Dadcast Season 1 episodes, including this one. We here at the Dadcast would like to thank all of our CastBox listeners for their patronage, and we hope to see you on the new platform. Thank you, and we'll get on with the Dadcast. Today it is Skylar and I. Unfortunately, George, once again, canceled last minute, and Claude had to watch two people beat each other to death. So it's just Skylar and I. How are you today, Skylar?
I'm fine. I'm also, the only reason I'm not watching the Tyson Fury fight is because my brother's not here. So
I see.
Yeah, so it would have been a solo James cast.
James cast. Oof.
Yeah.
I think that
it would just be wet noises for about an hour.
Maybe, or I would be reading Garfield. I might be reading Garfield fanfic.
So is that like you just kind of like you're just gonna steal Paige's gimmick then?
Yes.
She just really,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
yes.
right, that's fair.
I even read it kind of like Paige, or I try to.
Man, that's. I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you want that out there.
Paige from fucking Peach Saliva Streams sues local podcaster over Garfield fanfiction reading style.
Creates Twitter feud.
Oh god,
you're
dude!
You're gonna become Elmo.
I would get my ass blown out if Paige decided to fucking just ass blast me on Twitter for seemingly no reason.
Seemingly no reason.
Seemingly no reason. And that's when all my racist, homophobic tweets come out into the public, and then it's like, oh no, now my light novel's been canceled. But that's part of our news segment.
Okay.
It's part of our news segment. Don't worry about it. Listen in, fellow viewers. Anyway, Skylar, how was your week?
It was fine. I've just been doing work. I had to make a video essay over the weekend, which is really great and fun. But it's actually a pretty fun opportunity for me in order to force my professors to notice and acknowledge my weeb shit. So,
that's always good. Notice it, senpai. Notice my weeb.
So I did my first essay for that class on the Utena movie, and then I did my video essay on Mamoru Oshii, who did like Ghost in the Shell and shit. So it was fun. Video editing is annoying because I forget every time I open Premiere how to use it.
Nice.
Also, my computer actually explodes every time I open Premiere, so it's just a huge pain in the ass.
You really need a new computer right away.
My computer is old and shitty.
Yep, unlike my computer, which is not as old and not shitty.
Yeah.
And I get to use Premiere all the time, and I know how it works. And I made video essays. I do it 9 times. But
you did it 9 times?
I did it 3 times.
I'm actually much more proud of this one than the last one because I did a cool thing at the beginning of it where
What'd you do?
It was it's very simple, but I feel like I chose the clips very well. Where it was just edited some clips to the beat of the opening song from Ghost in the Shell, but it was I don't know, the clip selection was pretty good.
Okay.
It looks nice.
Is that up on YouTube at all, or something I can watch?
No, it's on Vimeo, but it's
Vimeo.
Yeah, because the fucking class required you to upload it to Vimeo.
Why Vimeo?
Because of the lack of copyright controls and stuff. Because kids will upload it, and if you don't follow content ID shit, it'll get taken down immediately. The other video essay I had to make for the last time I did it for school. I also wanted me to upload it to Vimeo, but the problem was because the the length limit on it, I
Mhm.
think for that one was like 10 minutes. So my essay was about like 11 or 12 minutes long.
Wow.
Um,
Get fucked.
which meant that it was too big to fit on Vimeo's weekly like bandwidth limit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to upload it to Google Drive and just send it to him like through there, because he
Yeah.
was like super like lenient about that kind of thing. But this guy's like, no, it has to be on Vimeo or else you get a 0. So like,
Oh, jeez.
yeah. So like my video was 4.5 minutes long, and I used like 90% of like the weekly limit or whatever for Vimeo without like paying for an account. So I was like, oh, it's great.
Good. Love it. Love it when part of your tuition cost is just a Vimeo subscription.
my Vimeo account is weird because it's like I used it for that one product. I made it just for that first product the first time, and I was like, well, I mean, I didn't actually get to use it. But then instead, what I've used it for is like there's certain things like certain videos that I'd want to post that aren't allowed on YouTube because of content ID. So I'll just post like I'll make it myself and put it on Vimeo. So like if you look at my Vimeo account, it's like the Cardcaptor Sakura first opening, and the Princess Tutu opening, and just like in my fucking video essay for this class. And that's it. That's all that it is.
I feel like you might not have done that had you had to present it to the class. Did you present it to the class?
No, it's an online class, so I just had to.
Oh, okay.
I had to send it in on the website.
Would you still have done weeb shit if you had to present it to the class?
Oh yes, I would have.
Really?
I have no shame.
Damn. Well, I guess with how you look, you can't have too much shame.
Because it's literally like it's submitted online, but you submit it to like the class forum or whatever. So everyone.
Oh boy. Oh no. Did
And
anybody
like the idea for the first one I did was that it would have been posted to he wanted to make like a playlist for all the videos in the class. So my essay about Evangelion would have been part of that playlist as well, but it didn't get uploaded to Vimeo at the end.
Since we're just talking about videos real quick, I just wanted to mention to any of our future listeners or viewers, whatever you want to call them, on the YouTube channel, put something in the comment section about how you like the new video format, because I did change that up. I don't know if you actually got to see it, Skylar, since you didn't know about the YouTube channel until today.
I didn't know it existed until like 2 seconds ago.
Oh, well, that's your fault. How dare you not know, Skylar? What the fuck? You're our fourth.
I wasn't notified.
You're our fourth pillar, Skylar. You're the fourth pillar.
I'm like never here.
Yeah, but you're our fourth pillar though. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Was there anything else to your week outside of a video essay, or?
I've really just been doing homework. I've been watching Ippo with my brother, so we're going on that.
What part of Ippo are you on? Part 1, 2, 3?
We're watching the first series, which is like episode 1. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got to the end of the Date fight. We finished it, and there's like the Vorg Sendo fight after that we watched last night. That's where we're at. He's liking it. My brother's a huge boxing nerd.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, like it's actually really weird where I got interested in the sport from when I watched Ippo the first time, so I went to check it out, and I got kind of into like actual pro boxing around that time. And that was the thing where I started like when I started getting interested in it. My brother started being like, "Oh, why are you watching boxing stuff?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, look at it, it's pretty cool." I showed him some like some fights and stuff I was watching, and then he got like way more into it than me.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's like he follows a lot more closely like what's happening like currently or whatever. So he's super into it. And then my cousin actually, because Durham was into it, my brother, my cousin is now like actually like gonna take the licensing exam to be able to do it. Like he's at a gym, he's training, stuff like that. He's like fucking hella talented. Like that guy, he's really good.
That's really impressive. Good luck to him.
Yeah, my cousin, who we used to make fun of as a child because he was so small.
Oh man!
Now
he
like,
is Ippo.
Yeah, now he's like fucking ripped.
Don't get stuck in his rhythm, fam.
He's like a fucking incredible counterpuncher. He's the kind of kid that literally learned how to do counterpunches like by himself. Like he wasn't at a gym, and when he would like spar with my brother, he just figured out how to do it by himself.
How do you learn to counterpunch? I don't understand. Like, is it just knowing when the other person's gonna strike and then punching?
Yeah, it's just a read. So like you feel like oh,
It's just a read.
yeah, well it is like they go
What-
for a certain punch, and then the idea is that you see this art like them doing the punch, and then you like it's either like the idea is that you take the punch, but you like you know it, and then you just hit them with their forward momentum, like adding to the power of your own punch,
Okay.
or it's like if you see coming easier, you can completely dodge it, and then so it's the thing where like your momentum from your punch adds to the forward momentum from throwing the punch, and it adds a whole other thing to it.
Okay. What's your cousin's Oki like? Like what's
His Oki?
Yeah.
Well, you don't really get an Oki in boxing because they get to stand all the way up before you get to fight again. So.
Oh, okay, but I mean, you at least get like a 50-50 on them, right? Like you can
I
just...
mean, it usually returns to neutral after the knockdown situation in boxing.
What a weird fighting game that is boxing. I mean, there's messy guessies though, right? And you can like chicken guard.
Oh yeah, there is. There's no chicken guarding because you can't jump. But
is
there
there
is.
push block?
Yeah. I mean, yes. There's also what would the clinch even be in fighting games? Where it's just like
it would be a break. It would be a break.
Not even, that's not even like a fighting game thing. That's like a pro wrestling thing. Like I need to take a break. I'm tired. I'm gonna go in for the clinch.
Okay, but like, is there what's the usual frame delay in a boxing match? So like, it's all right. It gets
higher the longer it goes because you get tired.
That's a weird mechanic.
This fucking conversation is retarded.
Yeah, I know, but I love it.
I don't. We're gonna move on.
We're gonna move on.
Boxing's cool. My cousin does it. That's whatever.
Okay.
And that's basically all I've done. I got cross tag battle.
Okay.
I'm playing the Ruby characters in it because
all two Ruby characters.
There's 3 actually.
Oh, there's 3.
Yeah, that fucking
amazing.
Thing. Okay, if you watched the Best Friends video for last night, because I know that you did.
I did.
The fisticuffs they put up, that was fucking weird because it was really funny in that video where Pat talks about how he was waiting for Kanji to be in it, but Kanji is in it. They just didn't download him because he is DLC. He's DLC and he's free. He's fucking free. He's already out. They just didn't get him.
Damn.
It's a Kanji. I think it was Kanji and Blake are both out and they're free right now.
Are most of the DLC characters free? Or I didn't understand that DLC conundrum.
Okay, so the thing with the DLC was that it's basically how it's working is that the game comes out now and it's $50, so it's discounted price, and then there's going to be 20 DLC characters.
Okay.
But the DLC cost it's $20 for all of the DLC characters. So the game comes out to cost $70 total, which is like actually cheaper than like Dragon Ball plus its season pass.
Right.
So it's not the actual like thing is not terrible. Like it still does suck that like half the roster is not in the game before it came out, and they found that like some of the characters for the DLC are on disc DLC. Like Carmine.
Yes, I did see that on Kappa. Was that
Carmine? Fucking, I think it was Carmine. It was Yang, and someone else I saw are on disc already. I know that Mika is on disc as well, but she's not finished.
It's weird that they didn't evenly distribute the character rollout for each series. Like,
well, for the most part, it is like I think there's as many Eunice characters as there are Persona characters, and it's just Ruby has the 2, 3 if you count Blake, because she's free DLC at the start. But then it's like I kind of get it for the Ruby with only being 3 at launch, because those are the only new sprites in the game, so they have to have like completely new movesets and stuff like that, completely new animation or whatever. And like it's a weird thing with the way that game, like, or series or whatever the fuck is.
It's
like,
it's just weird, like
the way that what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say it's weird going into the game and seeing that BlazBlue has like how many characters like unlocked.
BlazBlue has more. That makes sense to me because they're the game that's on the box.
Yeah,
Like it's called BlazBlue Cross Tag
but there's
Battle.
like
I get it.
significantly more than the rest.
Yeah.
Like you have to
It's a
scroll to get to all the BlazBlue
Yeah.
characters.
It's
and
a
then,
thing where I hope that in future DLC packs there's not going to be as many BlazBlue characters. It'll just be mostly Under Night and Persona characters.
Mhm.
And it would be cool to have like almost all of the like Under
Rosters
Night
be
characters in
even.
there. Yeah, just be in there because like you know, like it's kind of funny because the ones I care about are in already. Like
Yeah.
I play Linnea in Under Night. And, like,
You do play
Bordeaux.
Linnea. Which one is which Under Night character is like the guy with like the commander uniform and the gloves and he punches a lot and he shoots lightning balls? You called it,
Akatsuki.
is he in there?
He's not in yet,
Oh.
and he probably won't be in
Oh.
because he's not an Under Night character.
Wait, what's he from?
He's from Akatsuki Blitzkampf,
What?
which is another French bread game, colloquially referred to as Jew Puncher by the FGC.
What? Wait.
Because that's the fighting game that has the tank in it, and you can play as the skull tank.
Oh. So why is it
So-
called Jew Puncher?
Because they're like Nazis.
Oh. Oh.
There's also there's a battle nun in it too.
Oh no.
It's Akatsuki Blitzkampf is pretty cool.
Oh.
And
no.
Akatsuki is the main character of that game.
Oh, why is he in? You know
Because
what?
okay, it's also the thing with Under Night, or there's two characters Under Night that are guest characters. There's Akatsuki is one, and then Eltnum is the other. Eltnum being she's just Scion from Melty Blood.
Uh huh.
So she's also a guest character. So she's probably not going to be in.
Great, because
Cross-Eyed
Akatsuki
Battle
was
as
the
well.
only player was the only character I could play semi competently.
It's because he was just a Shoto.
Yes, it is just because he's a Shoto. But I
He's
liked
just-
playing him. He was the only character I could get in with when you played. I think it was Gordeau, the Scythe guy.
Oh yeah, I memed on you with Gordeau. A little
You
bit.
did meme on me with Gordeau, but I got in on you even though you used Gordeau. So it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's because Akatsuki's kind of a gorilla who can just do like Fireball and then Tatsu at mid screen. He's like, well, now I'm in your face. Fuck you.
yep, yeah. But you know what? You were using Meme Lord, meme Scythe Man, so it's fine.
Yeah,
We
whatever.
can- we-
Gordeau isn't even that good in Unis in the new version.
Whatever, man. Don't at me.
The fucking the whole new whack shit.
This week, bitch.
Whatever. I can speak good. The all new like whack character is like fucking Batista
And Chie.
and no, well, I mean Under Night.
Chie, well-known character in Under Night.
I meant yeah. There's Batista and there's fucking who's the other one? I don't even remember. There's like Batista's the one everyone complains about because she is the charge character.
Oh, okay.
That has like multiple. She has like a humongous invincible flash kick.
Mm-hmm.
She has an instant full screen projectile, which is a
Mhm.
beam that instantly hits full screen.
Yes.
And she has a slow moving projectile and a fast moving projectile. And she has she has really good tools for both being almost like a weird rushdown character and playing very defensively.
So you're saying she's going to be one of the 20 characters coming to Cross.
She's literally already announced. She's gonna be in
oh.
the next. She's gonna be in the next DLC pack.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and she can't be counter hit because that's her character gimmick.
That's a bad character gimmick. Outright. That's a bad character gimmick.
Yeah, it's pretty whack.
That's a
and
bad
she has
character
she
gimmick.
has really low health, so I guess it's okay. I guess.
No, it's not. That's a bad character gimmick, and this is going to be a bad segue. My week was alright. I've learned some more Japanese. I'm still on the hiragana. For some reason, I keep not having time to actually do things. But, well, to not do things that I need to do. But I do.
Alright.
But I do other things. I spent, it wasn't most of this weekend, but it was most of last weekend was spent all on editing. I watched some more of Nisei Monogatari. I finished Evangelion with a friend of mine. I gave him the choice of, well, we could finish Evangelion today, or we could watch the Hideaki Anno directed Shin Gojira, and we flipped a coin and we finished Evangelion. So the next time he comes over, we're gonna watch the Godzilla movie.
Now, did you guys watch End of Evangelion too, or did you just watch the last?
Yes, we watched all of it.
Oh, you watched? Okay, good.
And it was great. We got to the fake anime portion of.
Yeah, I forgot that was there too, where the part where Ray's running with the toast in her mouth, and
she's got like the goofy voice about her. Oh my god, I'm gonna be late for school.
I'm gonna be late. Yeah, it's pretty fun. And then Asuka is like the bitchy next door neighbor, childhood friend, who's like, I gotta wake you up or else you're gonna miss school.
How could you say that to your best childhood friend? It's like, oh. And my friend was looking at the screen, and I was looking at him with a big ass grin on my face. And then he was like, wait, wait a minute. I think I get it. And then things kept happening. He's like, I think I get it. And then it ended like, oh, I got it. It's like, you did it, buddy. You did it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. That's a pretty fun sequence.
And then after the congratulations scene, he had a lot to what's the word? Not deconstruct, but to
decompress.
Decompress. And I was like, all right, we're gonna take a break now. We're gonna go eat lunch, and then we're gonna watch End of Evangelion. And I told him, I was like, you know how like that fake anime scene was like pretty smarmy and like not what's the word?
Like
biting.
Yeah.
Very. What's the word? Not disdain, but it's
like it was very like derisive.
Yeah.
He didn't give a shit.
Spiteful. That's the word. It was spiteful.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I told him, I was like, so take that spite about the fake anime, multiply that by a magnitude of 1,000, and that's gonna be End of Evangelion. So get ready for that. Angry
boy.
And then we got to what moment was it exactly in End of Evangelion where he was like, this is probably my favorite art house film. I think the exact moment was forehead vagina. I think that might have been.
Oh, the forehead vagina was pretty. That's pretty lit.
Yeah, it was tumbling. It was exactly the moment when Tumbling Down starts playing.
Yeah, that sequence is really good.
It is,
and like when there's a whole dream sequence with Asuka, and then it's pretty good.
And then after that, he had a lot more to decompress and to try and make out of what happened.
I feel like the part where it goes into live action is really like a lot of people watch that the first time, they don't know what's happening.
I gave him previous context prior to seeing the film about like that. I told him like a couple of weeks prior to us finishing Eva, like, hey, like the reason End of Evangelion was made was explicitly because fans sent death threats after the original ending.
Well, it wasn't made like because of that. Like
it was made because the anime was popular, but the way it was made,
that was originally planned to be the ending. Like parts of it were. Like you remember, like if you watch the like if you watch an episode of the anime, right, and you watch the TV show, if you watch the next episode for all the episodes or whatever, you'll see that like on the one for like the next like on the one that's like preview for episode 24 or 25, I'm sorry, it says like the preview it shows is literally like rough Ganga art, like storyboards and stuff. From End of Evangelion. Specifically, it shows Asuka fighting the mass-produced Eva's scene.
I didn't have he and I watch the previews because I was afraid of spoilers because I didn't know what was in them. I never watched previews for the next episode.
Yeah. I would only watch them because I liked hearing Misato say, "Get ready for more fan service next episode" every time.
That's great. So okay, that's good to know. I have to go tell my friend now that I was super wrong because I was under the impression that the original ending was what was planned, but that other stuff was planned. but because of the budget restraints due to the incident with losing an entire episode in post-production.
Yeah. Well, that was why what happened did happen. Like they
Yes.
literally couldn't do what they wanted, so they did less episodes where they ended up being.
Okay.
But
Okay.
parts of Evangelion were the original planned ending. But obviously, huge swaths of it are changed because of.
Could you could you let me know what those are so I can tell my friend that I was wrong?
It's just like I feel like the general tone of the movie is very different. Like if you watch like the end of the show has a very like hopeful ending. I feel like where it's like Shinji kind of like gets a grip with himself and kind of the end of the show kind of ends with him like kind of like building himself up.
Yeah,
he's hey, I can do it.
Yeah, he's ready to change. He's ready to make his life for the better. Whereas at the end of Evangelion, I think the way I told my friend, because he asked me like why he was choking Asuka at the end and why she was like still there, but the way I explained to my friend was that the difference between the two Shinjis in both endings is in the original ending, Shinji is hopeful and he knows what he wants to do, how he knows what's wrong and he knows what he has to do to fix it, whereas the Shinji in End of Evangelion knows the problem but isn't necessarily ready to change or doesn't know what to do to change.
Yeah, I thought that's pretty good because I feel like a lot of people like because it isn't as simple as being like the show Shinji figures out how to fix the problem, and movie Shinji just kind of is a dick and doesn't know what to do, and is bad. Because I feel like a lot of people could interpret that as being like Shinji in the show is just like or in the movie, is just pathetic and just completely gives up, basically, which is not true. Sorry, I'm like sick. So I'm like,
oh my god! Wow!
Sorry.
Wow!
Wow!
But, wow!
Yeah.
That's gonna be that's a good waveform right there. That's a good maxed out waveform.
Gross. But fucking movie Shinji, like he actually does like at the end realizes that there is a huge problem with instrumentality, and that as it being that way as it isn't great. So at the end he does like reaffirm his own sense of self.
Yeah, his own individuality.
Is like a big step forward. But he's still, at the end, is still, like, fundamentally broken and doesn't really know what to do.
Right. Now, what was your explanation for why Asuka was there and why he's choking Asuka? My explanation was that while he's aware of what the problem is, Asuka still represents, like, some sort of resentment towards himself that he has, because she has some flaws that he also has, and that's why she also, like, strokes his cheek, but then calls him, like, pathetic at the end.
Yeah. My thing with the ending scene is that I feel like it could be a lot of things.
Which it is left very ambiguous.
The most cop out answer of all time. But I feel like I feel like the way that I think I always interpreted about the ending of like why Asuka's there is they explain that like anybody could leave the LCL if they wanted. It's just they have to like reaffirm the thing Shinji did, where they can say to themselves, "I want to be separate from everyone again." They can all just come out of the LCL, right?
Right.
And so I always interpreted that as being like a whole thing about like the meaning and message of the show, being the whole point about like human interaction, and while it may be difficult and hard and cause you pain, that it's still like worth it to do. So it was a big statement that the show made that despite like these two characters having such huge problems with their personal lives and themselves, that they're still the first two people to return from the LCL. As even like a
Did you interpret that they were the only two people left?
Well, that
because we do see the souls return.
They are the people that were shown to us. So like we don't see anyone else in that ending clip.
We don't, but we do see everybody's souls get returned to Earth, which I interpreted as being brought back from the LCL.
You could say that, but I feel like the souls it was a thing. Like I don't know. You could interpret it that way. I actually never really interpreted the blue things as being souls.
Blue things? What blue?
Like You mean like the green? Are you talking about like
The red, all the red
shit,
particles.
the shit that I was collecting with Lilith or
Yeah.
whatever?
The things that get flowed into the Tree of Life that they explicitly said absorbs the souls.
Yes, you're right. Sorry, I thought you were talking about like the
Not the crosses, no.
The green, yeah, that shit. Yeah.
They're crosses, Skylar. It's okay. You can say it.
Okay, well, I feel like that was different. Where Shinji at first didn't want to do instrumentality the way that it was going to be like planned, because he wanted everyone to die.
Yeah.
So I thought that was. I always thought that was like the idea was that originally when he wanted to do the thing that the souls were all going to be absorbed into the Tree of Life and everyone would just be like in like that weird like hellscape or whatever with all the souls are in like it looks like fucking Berserk.
Yeah, it does look like Berserk.
Those tornado of souls or whatever. Yeah.
Are you saying Berserk copied off Evangelion? Dude, that's some big shit. Are you gonna say that live on the podcast?
I gotta look at the time frames on that to see.
I am curious to know what the time frames are.
Fucking 1997 was the Berserk anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Eva aired in 95. I don't know how long before the Berserk anime.
The Eva movie, I believe, is also 97.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah. I don't know when the manga eclipse happened. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But whatever. Actually, fuck it. It doesn't matter. The Tornado of Souls is in the first chapter or whatever Berserk. Not the first chapter, but the first arc.
Yep.
So whatever. That was like 89. So fuck it.
Damn. Now you're calling Ano a hack.
A hack!
Wow.
Hey, man, did you read that? Fucking, like, there's like an Eva Geeks article or whatever about like how apparently Ano and like another scriptwriter for the show, how they were like super into while the show was airing, like going and like finding like doujin material and fancy like basically like reading fan fiction for the show.
You've told me about this, and you're saying like a doujin predicted the ending.
A doujin predicts in Asuka's entire character arc. Oof. And there's like speculation that he actually changed her character arc to be based on the doujin because he liked it better than what his idea was or whatever. I thought that was kind of interesting.
I don't want to believe that's what happened. But that would be great if that's what happened.
Honestly, like, it wouldn't even affect my enjoyment of the show, because he'd be like, yeah, okay, that's cool.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Because it's the same fucking show where he literally forgot that Rei existed.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah, he talked about it in an interview, that when he got to, like, the end of the TV show, that he literally, he'd be writing scripts and be like, man, fuck Rei, I don't know what to do with this character.
See, that's great, because in the points of episodes 25 and 26 of the original series, when Shinji and Asuka are presented with, like, very logical and, like, rather kind of harsh realities of their personalities and their problems, they use Rei as the person who's voicing those opinions. And I always thought that was on purpose, because Rei is always seen as cold and logical and, like, very despondent. So it's like, oh, that's what a neat little a thing they're doing there with using Rei to be the one to voice these opinions. And now I'm being told Otto just would forget Rei existed. That's amazing.
Yeah, like, it's actually pretty funny if you go look at the last episode of the show. There's like that like shot of all the characters in the cast, like it's a photograph or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's really funny that like the glasses kid is standing in front of Rei, and he's like completely blocking her.
Yeah,
and you can only see the top of her head.
Yeah, it's good shit.
It's pretty funny. Which is actually kind of ironic, because I feel like Rei is actually a really good character.
Rei's pretty alright. The whole Ritsuko and her mom thing, I never actually rewatched the 2 episodes that I fell asleep watching when I was rewatching with a friend. I never rewatched those, so he was asking about like the whole Ritsuko and Gendo relationship, and I was like, let's see, her mom, and then I got a couple things wrong. I was like, wait, but no, this happened. I was like, oh right, okay, so then it's this. And it's like, oh shit, I completely forgot that this happened. Oh man, oh boy.
Yeah, because the Rei clones and stuff, it was the whole thing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also,
Anyways, we got super sidetracked because I was talking about the end of the show.
Yeah,
and then we had to finish my.
we were actually on weeks, is what we were.
I know. I mean, sure. I don't care about that. This is that. I don't. The structure of the podcast is unimportant.
It's not unimportant.
It's completely unimportant. It's
But we
platform for discussion, motherfucker.
But we have so much news to go through.
Yeah, I guess, but I at least want to finish my fucking points. We got so sidetracked.
Your point that you had during my week.
Well, you literally asked me to give my opinion, and then
Give your opinion.
Given it yet.
Give your opinion.
But basically, the whole thing, I guess, at the end, is I wanted just to talk about how the idea was that Shinji, like, it was basically where it was just like him still freaking out about the last interaction that he had with Asuka, but then talking about like the basis of her response.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to you about it before, about how in the dub it translates to how disgusting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what she says in Japanese is she says the phrase "kimochi warui,"
Mm-hmm.
which kimochi literally means like feeling. Like when you
Mm-hmm.
say it by itself, it's usually translated as like it feels good, I guess.
Yeah.
When you say kimochi warui, it's kind of like you can use it to say a bunch of things, and it can be translated to yes, how disgusting, but it can also mean like I feel sick. It can also mean like you're disgusting,
Mm-hmm.
or you make me feel sick. So it's weird, as I almost feel like in certain ways that I feel sick fits the scene better than how disgusting. But I don't know, because I feel like that would fit better as like the whole thing being like the whole situation being incredibly fucked.
Yeah, maybe.
So I just like that better in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know if that like takes into account like the sense of like her stroking his cheek, like as he's choking her.
Yeah, some people say that it refers to like her morning sickness or something because of weird bullshit with like I don't even really follow the logic, because it's like the idea is like, okay, because it's established that she knows about the scene where Shinji jacks off over her in the hospital, right?
Oh, wow.
So they established that she knows about that because during the dream sequence she says a thing about how like, you know,
his jerk off fantasies.
His jerk off fantasies, yeah. Yeah, and so like this, so people are saying like I think it's like it's like in what's the word I'm looking for? It's a fucking like extrapolation based on that, I guess.
Okay.
But that feels weird. I don't buy that. So
I interpreted it as because we know that Asuka likes Shinji because during her initial breakdown she talks about how she's disgusted with the fact that like she loves or is infatuated with Shinji despite the fact that he is everything that she hates, and that like he represents childhood and childish like problems she views him as pathetic and not a man, but she still has these feelings for him, but she also has feelings for Shinji, or not Shinji but Kaji, but Kaji doesn't want her because she is a child, and I
always interpreted her feelings for Kaji as just being like she just wants him because if he wants him, then that means that him and by extension everyone else needs to acknowledge that she's an adult.
Yes, no, that is absolutely why she likes him, is because he represents her potential to be an adult. But like I'm saying, that goes hand in hand with Shinji liking Shinji, is that like she doesn't like the fact that she likes Shinji.
Yeah,
and that's why she says how disgusting is like she's finally acknowledging like, oh, I do like him, but I it's disgusting because he's not what she thought she wanted.
I guess I'd buy that. That's interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, I also wanted to ask how you enjoy Nisei Monogatari, because
I'm only on episode 3. I think I just finished episode 3, so we got to see Kaiki for the first time, and we actually
Kaiki's fucking great.
Haven't seen too much of him yet, but
you're not gonna understand why he's so good until you see him later, because he's not actually that great in Nisei Monogatari. He's just kind of there.
Okay.
He shows up and he's like a kind of antagonist for like that arc, I guess. He doesn't have that much screen time, but he gets an entire arc later that he narrates himself.
Oh,
and it's like 5 episodes long, and it's one of the best ones in the series.
How many seasons later are we talking here?
That's in second season, so you're not even that far away.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, Nisei Monogatari is going fine. I'm gonna watch more of it later tonight.
I was just curious because a lot of people don't like that one because it's much more like fan servicey than.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It very much is, especially the scene with I mean, like, right one after another. Episode 3, I think it's episode 3 that has the Sengoku scene into the monkey lesbian scene, into the vampire scene, and it's like, all right.
So the interesting thing about Nisei Monogatari is one of my weird things about it is that it was not originally written to be released to the public. It was his thing that he wrote for himself. And the author was he was writing and being like, I just kind of want to do a bunch of dumb bullshit with these characters because it's fun to write them. Basically, was his thing.
Right.
And then his publisher was like, this is pretty fun. It'll probably sell pretty well. So you should touch it up and release it. So basically, it is a thing that was released, and so he did touch it up so it was whatever. Yeah. But it's funny that the original manuscript for it was just his jack off. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. No one's gonna see this.
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah. His self-indulgent writing and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of like it in that we get more just scenes of, with the Sengoku scene, the whole Araragi just not getting it. I liked that. But then
it's just banter, right? I feel like
not with Sengoku. With Sengoku when they're playing Twister, it's man, you are a fucking idiot. But you're also not an idiot because we know that you can identify these things when they happen.
Araragi is
his character is okay. So Araragi is the weakest character of this anime, in that his actual characterization is so eclectic.
Yeah,
he is very wish-washy on how intelligent he actually is. I don't appreciate that.
I feel like the thing with Araragi going forward is that you learn it's not that he's dumb; it's you learn that his memory is terrible.
Why is his memory?
That actually becomes it isn't the plot doesn't make a thing about that, but it's more that you watch it and every single sign in the show points to the fact that Araragi just forgets things.
That's
there are characters that appear that are just I used to live in your house, and you're he's who are you? It's but what? And I kind of like it. I kind of appreciate it because the show is kind of dude, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, the show is very, dude, what's wrong with you? I kind of wish the plot made. Maybe it's not quite ready yet because they're in terms of actual progress. The show's only been in the sequence that I've seen so far. It's only been a sequence of a few months, up to maybe a year. So not a whole lot has actually changed in terms of how people's lives live. Everybody still is in high school. Everybody still lives at home with their parents. So I guess there nothing has happened too far into the year for him to really forget major characters like that. But I kind of wish the writing made that a little bit more blatant.
Most of the
time, forgetting.
It's things that happened in his childhood before the show started. Mm-hmm. So it's that kind of thing. But the thing with Monogatari
you should remember that Sengoku has a crush on you. That's just very clearly trying to seduce you.
I don't know.
Or that Tsubasa.
I don't know.
Tsubasa.
I don't know if he knows that Nadeko has feelings for him. I don't think he ever really acknowledges that. I feel it's a thing where he just thinks of her as oh, she's my sister's friend or whatever. And
but Twister though.
But it's Japan.
But
and she calls him like Oni-chan, so it's like
That's
it's
fetish
just
shit.
sisterly bonding.
But it's Japan, so it's fetish shit.
No, sure,
Oni-chan is fetish shit.
sisterly bonding time with my good
With my not brother. With
Good
my not
childhood
brother and
Exactly.
not my childhood friend, because I barely spoke to you as a child.
my sister's childhood friend. It's
My
literally. I'm gonna die. I hear that
You're
fucking
gonna
sushi.
fucking die.
It's literally like just like your sister's friend would just come over. You just be like, "Hey, what's up, dude?
Fam.
I'm here now. Please play Twister with me."
I don't want to play Twister with you. What's Twister? Oh, I'll show you what Twister is. Oh no, my parents aren't home. Oh, what a coincidence.
Oh no.
Oh no, now my mom's home. Now you have to leave. And now my
Right.
mom and my mom can't see me dressed like this in this negligee while we play Twister.
I can't wait till you get to the episode with the teeth brushing, so we can have a conversation about the teeth brushing scene.
When's the teeth brushing spoiler cast?
I think that's
It's
episode 8.
It's coming.
I think-
Episode 8 of Nisei?
Maybe it's episode like 11 or something. I can't remember.
There's only 11 episodes, so it's got to be one of them.
It's like the one that's right after the end of Karen's arc, and it's like the whole episode is that scene. basically.
Karen. Okay, alright. I also love the fact that Karen B is like the first 3 episodes, but it doesn't focus at all on Karen.
Oh yeah, that's also the thing about Nisei Monogatari is that it doesn't focus on the named characters in the arc at all.
That.
Like-
Why?
Like the Karen B is about Kaiki.
Yeah.
Hey man,
It's not even about Kaiki, because okay, it is
He's-
kind of about. It
he's
is
like-
about Kaiki.
Yeah,
But he doesn't
I'm a
actually
scammer.
show up until episode 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
it is
a
about him.
scammer. I did the scam thing.
Yeah.
And then Skihi Phoenix is like introduces the new characters who are fucking great. I actually love the characters that introduced in that arc.
Alright, well, let me get to those.
Yeah.
That's about it for my week. I watched Nisei Monogatari, did editing, finished Ava, and, yeah, that's it. So I guess with the end of weeks, I guess it's time to move over to the waifu cast, and we're still on the My Hero Academia characters, and today we're going to talk about Tsuyu. Skylar, how do you feel about Tsuyu?
Oh no, okay.
Yep,
All right.
Yep.
Well,
this is perfect.
I feel like this is the one that Claude would want to be here for.
No,
So
he said it was
like-
he gave me his blessing. So Skylar,
okay.
I'm going to preemptively I'm going to preface this with we're not arguing Tsuyu versus Ochiko.
No,
Well-
that's not. I know that's not what we're arguing. I just
Okay.
want to say that I feel like in general that I don't understand why Tsuyu is so popular
She's very
They don't-
direct.
because I don't feel like she does anything.
She
It's
does.
a thing where I'm like, okay, I actually, I get it more if you've watched the anime.
Yes.
Because the anime adds, there's a filler episode that is just about her.
Mhm.
So I get it. I get
That's
like,
also in
there's-
the manga.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
We
The
have
one about her family is in the manga. That's not filler. That was a special.
but the one
one-
about her friend
the
is
one-
also in the manga.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's all in the manga. That was a special. There's a filler episode of season 2 where she's like on a boat and she goes with this guy. She fights like a weird lizard man or something on a boat
I don't remember that at all.
during
Wait,
her
did I watch
internship.
Wait, did I watch season 2?
I don't think you did.
I don't think I
It
did.
was-
No.
It was during her. It was during the internships, and they actually show her internship at like this boat guy or whatever. Like we got the Coast Guard or something.
Mhm.
And so there was that whole episode about her, right?
Mhm.
And so she has a bit more fleshed out there. I feel like she has a bit more screen presence in the anime because like the weird pacing of some of the scenes in the anime makes her just be around longer because of the way that scenes are paced or whatever. So I get it, I guess, but I don't really feel like her presence warrants her popularity, if that makes sense. 'Cause
Okay.
I feel like she doesn't stick out any more than like the other side characters in Class A. Like I feel like Mina or Ashido or like Momo at the very least are both like.
I'll be
equally-
honest. I only recognized the name Momo. That was it.
You don't remember Mina?
Which
she's
one's
the-
Mina?
She's the pink girl with the acid.
I don't give a shit about Mina, to be honest.
Really, I like her a
I
lot.
don't-
She's my second favorite.
She's ditzy and cute looking, I guess, but like,
Nah,
means
dude, you go to see her
nothing.
room.
She's barely there.
No,
Mina-
dude, she's great. She
Mina
actually,
is barely there.
That's actually not true. She's there in the arc with one of the more recent arcs with Kaminari, not Kaminari, Kirishima, who's part of her backstory.
Who?
The boy who turns hard skin.
Oh,
boy.
him? The other person I don't give a shit about?
But how are you caught up on the manga? Did you catch up?
Nah, I finished. We rescued the little girl. That was it.
So you saw the part where he fights the dude in the basement, and he goes like Red Riot or something like Shin Red Riot or some shit, and he fights the guy and it's fucking cool. And
Man, I don't remember that at all.
And the big guy is like, "Yeah, you did it. You're like a true man or whatever." There's that guy.
I think I remember that. I remember maybe part. Yeah, I remember part of that scene. Isn't he like breaking or something at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's with the pro hero who like absorbs force that gets punched into him, and then he expels it out or whatever. And you learn that he's like a big giant blob because he's just been holding in all this force for so long. And he releases all of it at once. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's that whole scene is really cool. And there's a big flashback in that. There's a big flashback in that where he's like, where he's talking about how he knew Mina when he was in middle school, and how he was inspired by her because she did this thing that she liked.
Yeah, where she was the really cool person that was always willing to help out, and he was kind of just okay, I remember that. Yeah, I don't really give a shit about Mina. I don't like her design. I like Suyu's design because she's got big old dumb froppy eyes, and her tongue always sticks out, and she goes kero kero. And she's always like really direct, and she never puts up with Monito. What's his name? Grape juice. Mineta. She never deals with Mineta's shit. She always like hits him or punches him or does something. Like everybody else kind of just ignores Mineta, but Suyu just straight up doesn't put up with him, and I appreciate that because Mineta's a fucking creep. And I Mineta's a creep, and he's a bad character. He's not a bad character. He's a good character for what he is. But
we're not discussing Mineta. I just wanted.
I know, but I know.
I just wanted to say that I appreciate Mina, and that you're wrong.
No, I don't like Mina's design.
She's got healthy thighs.
I don't like Mina. She's got healthy thighs, but we're not talking about healthy thighs. We're talking about Tsuyu and her cute fucking bug eyes and her. Okay, first of all, people like her because she's cute. She's cute and she makes cute sounds, and she's got a cute hero name. It's fucking Froppy.
Froppy is pretty cute. I saw some cute art of like her going to like propose her name, and then saying it's Froppy, and then the whole class is cheering, and she's like,
yeah. Also, people with long tongue fetishes love Froppy for good reason.
I mean,
tongue fetishes, yeah. Some good shit. You gotta admit that Froppy tongue fan art, it's good shit.
That's not really my thing.
Like the one where she puts like a cherry in her mouth and then she like folds it into like a heart. It's good shit.
Not really my thing. I'm more like the wholesome Gravity Girl. That's more.
We're not talking about Shitako. We're not talking about Shitako.
Oh, that's a hot take right there.
That's a hot take.
I'm just gonna say that in the end, that I think that Froppy is viable, but I don't think that she deserves to be as viable as people say that she is, I guess.
I think she does because she has a solid design, she has a solid character, and that she just wants to make friends, and she's a very direct person. She appeals to autistic people. That's what it is. She appeals to...
Oh, wow. There it is, everybody.
Because autistic people, just like Froppy, they don't care about the social situation. They're going to say what they want to say, and that's why I like Froppy.
Okay, I don't really think that's... I don't know if I like that interpretation of it.
I'm not saying Froppy's autistic. I'm just saying people that are autistic probably like Froppy.
Okay. I'm saying if people that are artistic would like the actual best girl of the season, which is Hisone, the main character of Hisone Tomaso Tan, which is the show about dragons that are planes. Everyone should be watching that. By the way,
literally have not heard of that. We're not going to talk about
because
that.
I haven't been on the podcast since the season started. But
Well, whose fault is that, Skylar?
I'm sorry, I've been busy. I just want to say that's the best show this season, and Netflix has it, which means you have to pirate it right now.
or just watch it on Netflix.
Well, Netflix doesn't simulcast, so it'll be on Netflix in like 6 months.
Okay, so watch it in 6 months or pirate it, whichever your choice.
But the problem is that it's a comedy, and and Netflix subs are terrible.
Okay. Okay.
So you want to watch the Ascensi? I'm gonna plug Ascensi fan subs. Watch their version.
What about commie subs? What about horrible subs?
Horrible subs. No reason to
Best
follow horrible subs. They just steal the subs from the site that they took the encoder from. So.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like that's not even like a dig or anything. It's just like horrible subs. Literally, they just use the subs from.
Okay. I see.
Whatever it's called. Like
right.
they have the encode, and they took the encode from like Crunchyroll or whatever, and they use the same subs.
All right. Well, Suyu is viable. She has a good design. She appeals to autistic people. She's viable. I think she's better than Ochako. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the news.
All right.
So we've
James thinks Ochako is for autistic people. Also, what does that tell you about his opinions?
Tells me that I'm right and I appeal to autistic people. Where's my autistic ribbon? Like, hey, autismspeaks.org. Please support us. Please donate to us. I'll do ad reads. He'll
wear his shirt on stream.
I will, even though we don't stream because nobody ever watched.
He'll wear his shirt on stream.
Maybe I should actually just delete my actual Twitch streaming thing, and I'll just change it to to make a Dadcast one. I'll have to discuss that. But
yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. I'll just do this of my own volition, and then I'll tell you guys, and you'll be like, "All right."
Yeah. Yes. Correct. That is what will occur.
That is what will occur. Okay, look out for the Dadcast Twitch channel coming at you, probably next week. Oh, I should also mention we are trying to. I am trying to get us on iTunes, so look out for that. Basically, with iTunes, you just have to submit your RSS feed, and that's it. So. Oh
well, I mean, yeah, that's why everything's on iTunes, so you know.
Yeah, cool. So we'll get on iTunes. Well, check us out on iTunes next week. So anyway, in film news, we've got some hot takes. Halloween's. It's a reverse reboot. Apparently, it's not a reboot at all. It's a sequel to the initial run of Halloween.
So what does that one include? Does that include Halloween 3?
What's in Halloween 3?
That's the one that has nothing to do with Michael Myers, and it's the one about like the videotape, like brainwashing people. Because they wanted Halloween to be an anthology series.
Oh shit! Oops. No, I don't think so. Maybe they'll mention it, but from the trailer that we see, it's Michael Myers is back. Sarah, what's her fucking name? Jamie Lee
Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis is old now. She wants to actually kill Michael Myers.
She's old in real life as well.
She's old in real life. She's got long hair this time. She has a granddaughter. And she's gone full commando. That's /K/commando. Because in the trailer she's talking about like, I always hoped he actually got out of prison because I've always wanted to kill my brother who went on a killing spree all those years ago. And it's like, wow, Jamie Lee Curtis is very angry in this trailer. It looks good. Trailer looked good. I'm actually looking forward to this. I should probably actually watch Halloween 1 and 2.
Wow.
If I wanna know what's going on in this fucking film. Because I thought it was a reboot, but it's not.
But I want to know what run of these films is even like gonna be like taking as canon. Is it gonna take fucking Halloween H2O? Is that one gonna be canon?
Oh my god! That was the one Halloween film I watched. Was H2O?
Is it gonna have the one with Busta Rhymes? Is that one gonna be canon? I forget what that was called.
Oh man, how many Halloween films are there?
Like fucking 10 or 12 or some shit.
I thought there was only 3.
No, there's like 11, 57 of them. There's a bunch.
11. Poop diddy scoop. Poop diddy scoop. That's a number. There's that many. There's that many.
There's that many Michael Myers movies.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes.
All of them just ride on the popularity of the song. Really, to be honest.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Let's you know how many Michael Myers movies there are? There's 1 billion.
All right, what's this fucking segue?
Amazon announces a new Lord of the Rings series.
Yeah, really great.
Cost $1 billion to make,
Great
and it will apparently last 5 seasons. That's a tall order, and that will apparently make this the most expensive television series, even though it's on Amazon Video, which isn't.
What is this adapting?
Lord of the Rings.
Like just the same one that was the movies?
Apparently, I believe there are. I saw one article says it may actually have to use Peter Jackson's Middle Earth, and that they have like a year to start production.
What is it? Oh, I mean they literally use the same sets. Like go and go into the same like go in the Hobbit hole and shit. Like what the fuck?
I think so, or maybe it has to use the same universe. It's not very clear.
What does that mean, the same universe? It's fucking the same universe as in the books.
Well, no, but I mean like the exact universe where they have to use like Peter Jackson's like
designs.
Yeah, and characters and whatnot. So like you can't.
But the characters are from the books, though.
Yeah, but I believe there are small differences that are made in the movie.
I mean, I guess there's like the thing with like Aragorn was supposed to be like 80 or some shit.
Yeah, so it's like it's got to use the Peter. You got to have the Peter Jackson, trademarked color grading. That's what you got to use.
The part where it's all sunny and happy and there's like the really bad like piss filter on it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and sometimes it'll run at 48 FPS, and other times it won't.
No, that's the Hobbit. Don't worry about that shit.
Isn't that also Peter Jackson?
No, yeah, well that was Peter Jackson.
Okay.
But that has nothing to do with Lord of the Rings.
Okay, fair enough.
Movies. I mean, I guess it kind of does because it's The Hobbit, but no one cares about The Hobbit.
No one cares, and nobody really asked for The Hobbit. But you know what people also didn't ask for? Yeah, you love these segues. This segue, but also this information. A Kick-Ass reboot. They're rebooting Kick-Ass.
I actually didn't know about this. What is this?
They're rebooting Kick-Ass.
Well, I mean, I understand the sentence, but like, why?
I don't know.
Is it like the same characters or same actors? Like, what's happening?
I don't know. They didn't say. It's just they're just announcing a Kick-Ass reboot. Starring whose studio was it? Hold on, I have to go back to the article. But it's really bad.
Is it gonna have the girl who played Hit Girl in it again?
Yeah, but now she's hit. But now she's Hit Woman.
Hit Woman. No, don't hit women.
Hit women. Respect them, but hit them. Well, I'm pulling up the article right now, but
Should go back looking at Ash's butt.
Oh yeah, Matthew Vaughn's new studio.
Who?
I don't know. Oh, Matthew Vaughn, is that Vince Vaughn's brother? I think that is actually.
What?
Yeah,
what Vince. Is that Angelina Jolie's uncle?
What?
No, that's John Boyd. Never mind.
Alright, Matthew Vaughn has been a major force in... Oh, no, this is a British guy. Has been a major force in British filmmaking over the last 15 years, and not just as the director of Layer Cake, Kick-Ass, and Kingsman, and more. His production company, Marv, has also brought us the likes of Eddie the Eagle and Harry Brown, 2 movies I've never heard of. Now he's setting up Marv Studios, the modern version of what a studio can be, he describes, and he already has big plans for its output. The filmmaker is planning a reboot of the Kick-Ass quote-unquote series, even though it's 2 fucking films and that's it. And while he won't confirm which incarnation of the character it would involve, he does strongly hint that Patience Lee, an African-American single mother who's taken on the vigilante mantle, could be in the frame. A solo Hit Girl film is also in discussion, and could either focus on an older Mindy McCready, or look at her younger years growing up under the tutelage of Big Daddy. We're going to reboot Kick-Ass in Hit Girl, Vaughn confirms. Look at what Mark Miller is doing with the comic for clues. Wait, there's a comic for Kick-Ass? Skylar, did you know this?
About what? I'm sorry, I kind
That-
of zoned out for a second.
Oh my god.
I was looking at this GIF I found of
I don't-
Asuka jumping and then flexing her muscles.
Stop.
So we got very distracted.
So I didn't real. Is Kick-Ass a fucking like
I
comic
did-
book?
I think it had like spin-off graphic novels. Maybe it was one before it came out. Movies came out. I actually have no idea.
Apparently it is, because apparently Mark Miller is doing stuff with comics and this Matt Vaughn person.
I barely care about Kick-Ass.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
How
honest.
do you feel about the Kingsman cinematic universe?
I feel like if it's successful, it could create the thing that I actually want, which is the John Wick cinematic universe.
No, no. I don't want that. I want John Wick to stop.
No,
What
because the thing that's cool about John Wick is that it's like crime universe.
is
Where
it?
it's like, it was like this weird thing where the coolest part to me of the especially John Wick 1 was that it was just like the idea of like he's just like, oh, I'm gonna call up my guy that cleans up the bodies. I'm gonna go stay at this hotel that's secretly a thing for criminals to just hang out at. I'm gonna go. It was just a thing where it was in like every aspect of the setting was like this like built to facilitate sort of organized crime that made it almost seem like, I don't know, like urban fantasy or some shit. It was cool.
Yeah, but like I don't think there were any noteworthy characters in either film
I mean,
to like
the
really
idea
facilitate that.
but it wouldn't be using characters from the films per se. Like it wouldn't be like, oh, you're gonna make a movie about Mickey Rooney's character, or make a movie about, I don't know, the fucking like fucking what's his name?
Who's the guy with the lazy eye?
Green Goblin, Willem
What?
Dafoe's character. He was in John Wick 1. Yeah.
Nah,
Or
I wouldn't
whatever.
want to see that. I wouldn't
Oh
wanna
yeah,
see that. Or do you just talking about you want to see in general urban fantasy? Is that what you want?
I'm not talking specifically about making movies about the characters from the John Wick movies that are in there. I mean characters that are using that same setting, like movies about different characters or whatever, just in the same like general setting.
Okay.
Like it doesn't even have to be in the same city. It could be like a thing. Like I think they mentioned they have other branches in other cities and stuff. Just do like crime land is awesome. Like in fucking John Wick 2, when they put the hit on John Wick, and like every person in the universe is coming after him. It's like people in the subway station or like playing the violin in the subway, and they open their violin case and they have a fucking submachine gun in there or something. It's like just dumb shit like that. Like that's cool.
I don't want any of that. I want John Wick to stop. I want Willem Dafoe to make other movies, to be honest.
But Willem Dafoe's not. He didn't he die?
No. Not Willem Dafoe, fucking Keanu Reeves. That's what I meant. I want Keanu Reeves to make different movies. I didn't care about the John Wick universe. I didn't care about any of that. I didn't care about the setting, really. The setting was to facilitate John Wick existing. That's all it was.
Yeah, but it's cool.
No.
I almost feel like more people are doing things like that. There's a movie coming out like Hotel Artemis or whatever that seems like they're kind of aping the John Wick like thing with like, oh yeah, this hotel, but it's for crime.
That's not a new thing. It's not new at all.
I mean, but it's like, I mean, because you're right, it's not. But I almost feel like the almost tongue-in-cheek, like ridiculous nature in which that it was portrayed in John Wick as being like it was like a crime society where we're literally just like, I don't know, man. They have like the currency, the special crime currency that you pay
I don't
for.
remember that. What?
Yeah, they had like the gold doubloons or whatever that he used to pay for the hotel room. And that was,
I
like,
don't remember that.
And that was like the reward he got for completing the job. Was he got a bunch of those crime coins. I forget what they're called. And there was the bit in John Wick 2 where he had like the life debt on that one person or whatever the fuck.
I didn't see John Wick 2. I didn't want to see John Wick 2. I didn't want
John
to
Wick
be
2 was actually pretty good. Like, because the thing with John Wick 2 is the story doesn't make sense ever, and it's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual action scenes are very well choreographed and fun.
Yeah, but I don't want to see a film like John Wick 1 was good in that it was kind of unique with how it did its action scenes, and it was, or rather, not even unique. It was just refreshing because there was a long time where action scenes weren't shot like that. All you got was like quick shots and flurries of random shit happening. It's like, ugh. Then John Wick happens, and it's really refreshing. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
remind
and
me of
then-
Taken 3.
And then John Wick 2 is just more of the good shit.
But I don't want it to be John Wick 2. I want it to be different films that just don't just
Yeah,
do John Wick. I don't want
yeah.
John Wick sequels.
Don't
I want
be-
what John
don't-
Wick did to like actually expand into the
Don't
actual
be a
movie.
Don't be a fucking Debbie ass downer, bitch.
Nah,
it's
fuck you. Debbie
fun.
Downing.
Fun action movies are allowed to exist. I don't care.
I
I don't
want-
care what the vehicle for them is. I just want them to exist. There's a
And
part of that movie that's really dumb. Where they're like walking down a hallway in like a fucking subway station, and they're
Mhm.
firing at each other. But like one of them is on like an upper terrace or something, and the other
Yeah.
one's like downstairs, like on some stairs or whatever.
Mhm.
And they're shooting at each other, and this thing, both their guns are silenced. So people around them don't notice that they're shooting at each other. Everyone's like, "What the fuck is happening?" It's really stupid because it's
That's
like, you know,
It's also not how silencers work.
well, yeah, they're actually really loud. Like, you're just gonna make your
Very.
gun like slightly muffled.
Mhm.
It was pretty funny. It was fucking. I think it was it's some rapper. I forget his name. I think is it Common? Is Common the guy?
It's
Yeah,
it's probably common, but I was going to make a "you forgot about Dre" reference, but yeah,
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Common.
it is in fact common.
Because the only ones that are in the only rapper guys that are really in movies a lot are the like as big characters are like Common and Ludacris, and that was not
Yeah,
Ludacris.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, to move on from John Wick, it wasn't even what this was about. Also,
way cooler.
we're
This
no
is
fuck.
what we're talking
We're
about.
getting a Kingsman cinematic universe, and also an 8-hour Kingsman TV show, and something called a Statesman film following the world of Channing Tatum, Jeff Bridges, and Halle Berry's American agents of Kingsman. That's kind of cool, I guess. Cool, Kingsman cinematic universe, but I don't give a shit about it. So like,
No, you
ugh.
love the Kingsman.
oh, Kingsman's 1 was alright. It's the same thing with John Wick. It's like Kingsman 1 was alright. You didn't need a sequel. I didn't even know Kingsman was a comic book.
I
And
didn't see the
Kingsman-
sequel.
And Kingsman didn't make me interested to see the comic book, so it didn't actually fulfill its purpose.
I like the part in the Kingsman 1 where his reward for victory is getting to have anal sex with the princess.
Yeah, that was a weird joke. That didn't
It
really
was
pull
pretty.
off.
It was pretty weird.
Here's things people did ask for, though. A Keanu Reeves film that isn't John Wick. It's called Siberia. You know, it's a spy thriller film, I believe. It looks like.
Is
And
his
then-
name-
His name is Juan Jik.
I was gonna
Long-
make that joke and then I aborted it.
You
Or I said
aborted it. You aborted it. We're getting a sequel to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, finally. It's called The Girl in the Spider's Web.
I believe that's what the book is called.
It is what the book's called. I'm happy we're getting the fucking sequel, because
Is
Gr-
David Fincher directing it?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Does it not say he's directing it in the article that you linked?
I don't have a link to the article. I'm sorry.
You betrayed me.
I'm sorry. But hey, also Into the Spider-Verse looks great. It's an animated Spider-Man movie, and it has Miles Morales in it.
Does it have Spider-Gwen in it?
I don't. It might, but I think it's
It's
about.
probably-
I think it's about Miles Morales, so I don't
yeah.
think so.
I believe it's probably in the segue into Spider-Verse shit. So
Mhm.
I hope that we
It's
get.
called Into the Spider-Verse.
Well, I know. I hope that we actually get really weird Spider-Man like spin-off movies. Like, I really hope we get a movie that's about Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah, and this fucking Super Sentai giant robot.
In fucking what's it called? I almost called it Leo Pleurodon, but that's not what it's
Leo
called.
Florida.
Leopardon.
Charlie.
Leo- It's Leopardon is what it's called.
It's a Leopardon, Charlie.
Fucking shut up.
Oh man, but
It's been a
yeah,
bit since anyone's talked about Charlie and the Unicorn.
it's not too long though. Quentin reviews.
Quentin reviews, yeah,
yeah.
you're right. No, you're right. Fair enough.
I got you. I fucking
Yeah.
saw that. I also was on
If
YouTube.
anyone's talking about internet things from the early to mid 2000s, it's gonna be Quentin reviews.
Hey, did you ever go on Newgrounds like a lot, Skylar?
Yeah, because it was a thing when I was in elementary school. My
Yeah.
mom used to work at the school that I went to, so I'd be at school for a couple hours every day
Uh-huh.
after school was over, and she'd
Oh,
be like
man.
at meetings or do paperwork, so I'd be really bored.
Oh, but
And-
would you only look at it at school, or did you ever look at it at home?
Well, no, it was a thing where most sites were blocked on the school, on the school internet, but Newgrounds was not.
So the answer is no.
No.
Did you ever look at
it at school though a lot, like
Okay.
by myself?
Never. Then I can't ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you this question anyway. But did you ever remember the Ultimate Orgy video?
No, I didn't watch that video.
That is an adult and very homoerotic parody of the Ultimate Showdown, and it's actually.
I saw that one.
It's actually pretty good.
I think
in
I
terms
did.
of humor.
I feel like I don't know what the time frame on it is, but I remember seeing Skeet Fighter at some point. I don't know if that was
Skeet Fighter. That's a good one. Skeet
Yeah.
Fighter was a good one. Anyway, yeah, cool. We're getting Girl in the Spider Web.
Speaking of Newgrounds,
No, you don't get to keep interrupting me to go on dumb tangents about dumb shit. You've done that for literally every article in this goddamn news segment.
Because whatever, I don't want to talk about any of this shit.
Yes, you do. You want to talk about Animal World, aka fucking Ronald McDonald as Deadpool.
Anime World. I almost said Anime World.
It's very anime. It's anime as
Animal
fuck.
World looks pretty cool. I like that it's like a thing where it's like it's Chinese, and so it has the thing where like.
But it's Japanese.
Asian movies have like notoriously bad special effects. And this movie is like kind of leaning into it in a way that looks kind of cool.
But it's Japanese.
Is it? No, they speak Chinese in the trailer.
But it's a Japanese film.
Is it?
I believe so.
I think that you're completely wrong. They speak Chinese in the trailer.
But I think it's a Japanese film.
Why wouldn't they? I don't.
Hold on. I can always fact check. Animal World trailer. Let's see. It is a Chinese film. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you got. All right.
I thought I
Why
remembered
do you think
seeing an
it was
article about it
Japanese?
being Japanese. I don't know. You know what is Japanese? Actually, everybody go watch the trailer to Animal World. It's fucking hype. Go look forward to it.
It looks like a lot of fun. It actually reminded me. The action scenes reminded me of like The Raid, and it looks fucking ridiculous. No, because The Raid's kind of serious, but this movie looks pretty fucking over the top and dumb and fun. And he kicks an alien looking thing out of a train. And
He kicks an alien that is most definitely an actual person.
I couldn't tell if it was a person in a suit or if it was like a weird claymation or some shit.
No, I mean it's an actual person in that he's very clearly hallucinating.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
The effects on it look really weird. He kicks it out of the train and it hits another train and it looks great. Like the actual style of how it looks fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. This is definitely going to win some kind of award for its visual flair.
Also, like fucking Michael Douglas isn't it or some shit? That's
Yeah,
weird.
Michael Douglas is there, just out of nowhere. Oh man, he was like, "Fuck it, I'll make Chinese movies now." Fuck it.
Yes, well they gotta have some big star in it, or else people in China won't go see it.
Yeah, and the Academy Awards won't recognize it as a real film.
Yeah,
'Cause they-
I hate Tale of Princess Kaguya because I don't like Chinese movies, says the Academy Awards.
You know what is also Asian?
Was that Song of the Sea, that movie from Ireland? I really hate Chinese movies.
I hate Chinese movies, especially this Irish film. Oh man! All right, you know what? Hey, you know what isn't Chinese or Irish? It's anime.
Oh,
You know,
I mean, some anime is Chinese. Like we got
No,
2B Heroine.
don't look.
Two-
Hey,
2B,
look,
2B
look,
Heroine airing
look.
this season.
look,
It's pretty good.
Skylar, let me do my fucking segue, okay? I'm just trying to get through this fucking show, dude. I'm just trying to get through this fucking show, and you're stopping me at every turn. We're an hour and 30 minutes in, Skylar, and we haven't even finished the news.
Well, what is there after the news?
Uh,
When you really think about it.
look, Skylar, you're a shit. Also, John Lasseter's leaving Disney, so he's no longer going to be on your fucking copies of
Ghibli movies.
Ghibli movies, exactly. to
Telling
tell you how
sick rat it is.
Yeah. Yo. Yo, Spirited Away's fucking sick, dog. You're gonna love this shit.
This movie is so good. You're gonna love it. Okay, John. I'm just trying to watch the movie, sir.
No, but it's like every
I
movie.
understand that it's good. You're the only one that's stopping me right now.
You also saw that other film, that Jello Apocalypse video.
Yeah, but that video is terrible because he says that Only Yesterday is a 2 out of 10.
Only Yesterday is 2 out of 10.
You're wrong if you think that.
You're wrong.
That movie is really good.
You just love pineapple too
He
much.
He also says that Ponyo is a 3 out of 10 also, which means that he's like hyper wrong. So you know.
I never saw Ponyo, to be honest, but
Did you see Only Yesterday? I don't think that you did. No one has seen that movie.
So why don't you tell us who John Lasseter actually is and why this is significant, Skylar?
Well, he's one of the head leads and founders of Pixar. He's one of the founding members. He was a thing where the original group of Pixar, they made this. They were college students and they were experimenting with 3D visuals and stuff. And I remember the first thing they made was this dumb bullshit with his hand. They did it was really big deal at the time because there hadn't been these hyper real quote unquote hyper real, but it was a very detailed for the time render of a hand, and it was used for some movie, and then they made the short with the lamp. I forget what it's called. That became the logo of the series, and then they've obviously made Pixar and Toy Story and shit like that, right? So they're a big deal. John Lasseter also was a big influence, I believe, in Disney's acquisition of the Western rights of Ghibli movies. He was He was a big fan of them. So I guess there's that.
He inserted his own commentary tracks to Ghibli films to tell you how sick hype every frame was.
He's really into them. I was gonna ask about that. I heard about this, but I didn't read up on it. So I was gonna ask if this was in response to that thing where he was kind of takes him where he was accused of touching employees inappropriately or something.
Did he get Me Too'd? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was bad or not. I remember it basically being I remember basically boiling down to he was accused of something. I actually don't remember how bad it was, but I remember that they handled it very well. He basically said that he owned up to it. I did whatever it was that he was accused of, and that I apologize for it. It doesn't represent me or whatever, and then I'm gonna take some time off or whatever.
I can imagine this probably is what that is.
Yeah.
If it's not Disney outright saying, "Hey, we gotta let you go" because of the touching.
Right. So
they found out about you. We can't risk them finding out about us.
I'm gonna look up what it was.
Okay.
Apparently he did.
All right. You have fun typing all that shit up, you son of a bitch.
John Lasseter.
Diddling techniques.
Molester? Question mark.
John Lasseter molester? Question mark? Exclamation point.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. John Lasseter to leave Disney at end of the year. Yeah, that's we already knew about this.
Yeah.
He was accused of grabbing and kissing.
Wow, that one. That's
the Lasseter move. What the fuck is that?
The Lasseter move? Is that where he grabs his dick and he tells you all about how hype it is? As he whips it around, does he call it his? You think he tells
about a movie? Would used to avoid the move. And details, but so the Lasseter was apparently a move that women would use to avoid him or something.
Wow!
You pull the Lassiter. Some used a move they called the Lassiter to prevent their boss from putting his hand on their legs. A longtime insider says he saw a woman seated next to Lassiter in a meeting that occurred more than 15 years ago. She was bent over and had her arm across her thigh. Best I can describe it is as a defensive posture. John had his hand on her knee, though, moving around. All right, I guess.
Oof. That's
So it is most definitely in result of this.
John Lasseter, why do you be like this?
John Lasseter.
Why do you think John Lasseter calls his
all of my Toy Story DVDs now?
I got all of them, all 80 one of your
Yeah,
Toy Story
all of
1
my-
DVDs.
All of my Toy Story 1.
You gotta throw away all your
VHS.
Ghibli films. You gotta
Nah.
destroy them. Toy
I have
Story
to
doesn't
go-
mean as
I have
much
to
as
go into
Ghibli,
the
huh?
files and remove his commentary tracks.
Yeah. Ooh.
I was actually super surprised that he didn't have one for Castle of Cagliostro when I bought that. He does have a commentary track though. He just didn't have a pre-roll.
It's because it's baked in.
No, it wasn't. There was no baked-in
No,
pre-roll. So
no.
that's why I was
You have to
surprised.
go into the files and you have to go into the levels for the audio and you have to invert them and it's John Lasseter.
Oh, he's talking over the whole movie.
Yeah, he's talking over the whole movie, but in
He's
like
talking mad shit about David Hayter.
oh wait, oh man.
It's because David Hayter voiced Lupin in the
Oh.
of that movie.
Okay, it's like man, David Hayter's such a shit. I hope he gets fired from Konami.
I think
Wait
it's
a
hard
minute.
for Konami.
I'm gonna make a
that
call. I'm gonna make a
motherfucker,
call.
I hate him.
John
Fucking
Lasseter.
wrote-
Fucking God.
He was so mad that he wrote X-Men 2 that he fired
Shut-
him from Konami.
John Lasseter is single-handedly responsible for David Hayter not being in MGS5. Confirmed.
We did it. I've crossed the streams.
We did it. You can't escape from crossing the streams.
I wonder if David Hayter's going to play Lupin in the redub for the movie that's coming out that we talked about last time I was on the podcast.
Probably not if John Lasseter has anything to say about it. He's still here for the rest of the year. He's got
Yeah.
6 months to fucking just kill off David
I
Hayter.
think this article I'm reading was released in November of 2017. So if maybe he's gone. Also, it was written by Amid Amidi. which is
No,
pretty fun.
no. Amid. No, the article I found was written not too long ago, so I mean, hey, get fucked, I guess. Let's see. Kaguya-sama just wants to be confessed to as getting an anime. Skylar, what is this anime?
Yeah, so Kaguya-sama just wants to be confessed to is a pretty good manga. It's like a romantic comedy, but it's like drawn by this dude who he draws it like a horror manga, and it's written like a thriller, where like the premise is that like the two Kaguya is like the class president, and like the guy that she likes is like the head of the class or something like that, and they're both like super geniuses. So the premise of the manga that they both are into each other, but they're too proud to like confess themselves. So they're trying to like use like mind games to trick the other person into confessing to them. And it's pretty fun. It's like a dumb comedy. There's some pretty fun like side characters in it too. Like there's this sadist girl who's pretty funny, and whatever. It's a really fun comedy manga, and it's getting an anime adaptation. We don't know who's doing it yet, but the most recent chapter of the manga had this thing where it was very clearly in reference to the the manga getting an anime adaptation, and it was a thing where they talking about, I wonder what studio is going to do the adaptation, and then one of the characters says Hanekawa's catchphrase from Monogatari, so people are guessing that it's Shaft is going to do the adaptation, which would be fucking sick, because that would be perfect.
Yeah,
That'd
be pretty cool.
But yeah, that's basically it. That's a good manga. I recommend that you read it. And maybe you want to watch anime when it comes out. Because
Maybe.
it's cool.
Or don't. Just fuck it. Don't even watch it.
Really,
Fuck the
I
shit.
just wanted to talk about how good Kaguya-sama is. Like spread it because it's fun. It's very good. So,
You know what's better than Kaguya-sama?
is it the Tale of Princess Kaguya?
Wrong.
Ghibli?
False.
Is it the villain from Naruto whose name is Kaguya also, and she's like
Wrong.
alien?
Wrong.
Is
It
it
sells at work.
Okami?
No,
Oh.
it sells at work. Sells at work. Their anime trailer with subtitles has been released. Go watch it. It's the only anime that's good for your health. It's all
So this also work manga is fun too. It has like
Yeah.
really cool like shonen art. Like it's drawn like fucking like Bleach or some shit.
yeah, it's awfully like graphic. In some
Yeah.
ways. It's all about how like your body works. Your two main characters are like a red blood cell and a white blood cell. White
Yeah.
blood cell like has a cool ass knife that he does knife katas with, and he kills like viruses and shit.
Yeah.
And then it literally is like a factual exploration of how your body works, particularly with like blood and like transporting oxygen and stuff. And like the red blood cell is like this cute girl. Is it weird to want to have sex with my own blood?
Yes, I believe that's called
what?
well, is that wait? It's not hemophilia. That's like the thing where your blood doesn't work good, isn't it? Right?
Yes. So
So
wouldn't
what's
this
a,
be
so what is a blood fetish called then?
Autism.
Fair enough.
Okay. So yeah, go check out that trailer, you guys. It's I'm sure you can just look at it. You know what you can't look at, Skylar? You Castlevania Season 2.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Because it doesn't exist.
Doesn't it have a release date though?
If it did, I didn't see it when I wrote down the docket, but Claude says we have it. But we're renewed for a third season, but the anime hasn't even come out yet.
Well, remember that there's gonna be like 8 Avatar movies, right?
I don't want to talk about the 8 Avatar movies. Nobody asked for 8 Avatar movies.
Also, I feel like there's a new trend with anime things. Not that this is related because it's not an anime thing, really.
Mhm.
But
it's okay.
So-
it only makes sense that you'd come up with a worthless tangent. Keep going.
well, right, yeah. Because like last year or so, they announced that the Girls und Panzer series is
Mhm.
gonna get 6 follow-up movies.
Ugh.
They're gonna be the finale, whatever. They're all gonna be called like Girls and Panzer Der Finale or whatever. And that's gonna be like the thing, right?
Uh-huh.
And then very recently, they announced the same exact thing. Sorry, my fucking nose is like I'm gonna die. I'm gonna blow my nose like after I finish this thought. So I'll be back.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna die. Am I drowning? The Princess Principal that show I talked about, the Anime Awards or whatever, is the same shit. They're gonna get 6 movies. They're gonna finish the plot or something.
Just
I don't know. That's like a thing now, where it's just they decided that it's a more like lucrative business model to just do like a series of movies or OVAs instead of doing TV anime or something. I don't know.
Are you saying we're reverting back to the 80s?
To the 80s. That would be so. Actually, would be sick if we got
Kind
more
of, yeah.
OVAs because they have a higher budget and more time to produce things and stuff.
No, you still get your TV seasonal anime budget, but now you get OVAs instead of an actual show.
Well, yeah, well, but like the OVA budgets now are super low because they're all just like DVD and bonus extras and stuff.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying seasonal anime, it stops existing and it all goes back to OVAs, but the budget doesn't change.
Well, I assume that the actual monetary budget would be the same. The only real boon that you get from doing
Skylar, I'm
OVA
just trying to make a fucking joke.
would
Why are
be
you like
that
this?
you have more time.
Skylar, I'm just making a joke. Why are you
Yeah,
like
fuck
this? Why are you
Fuck.
like this, Skylar?
Well, I'm gonna be back in 1 minute.
God damn it. I have to fill time? I have to
Yeah,
fill
fill
time
time.
for this podcast that I'm on?
Yes,
I'm filling in time for this podcast that I'm on, Skylar. Go do your thing. You said you do push to talk. Why is there still sound? God damn. Oh, this motherfucker he said he would have push to talk on, and then he didn't. And now I'm here alone by myself. This next point's kind of like nothing, so I'm just going to mention it now. Pop Team Epic released a pair of headphones that when you put them on, you can see that they have words that say, go fuck yourself in Japanese, and that's kind of cool, I guess. I kind of want to get a pair of those headphones. But I'm not much of an earbuds guy. They're just earbuds, and they're not like over-the-head headphones or anything. So if you don't like earbuds, then they're kind of not your thing. But yeah. Oh man, he's gone a lot longer than I thought he would be. And some noise keeps happening whenever I talk. Oh no. Oh, Skylar's a hyper nerd. He's a piece of shit. Always interrupting me. Always coming up with tangents that don't actually add up to anything. This podcast's been going on for an hour and 45 minutes already. Hour 46. And this motherfucker just decides to leave. Oh god. Check out the Dadcast YouTube channel. Search Dadcast and look for the red microphone. Also find us at weeklydadcast.podbean.com. And look out for us on iTunes and also on twitch.tv, where I will start streaming the Dadcast. Why did you not put on push to talk?
Why could you? What could you hear?
Yes. I heard you slam your door. I heard you like everything, dude.
Oh, sit on the couch or whatever.
Yes. What the fuck?
You have no idea, like the volume of mucus that I just had to expel from my body.
I didn't
tell me
want
some slack.
No, I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to know that. You know what I also didn't want to know, but I also ended up finding out? Mine is hyper racist.
Oh, you mean you're talking about this author?
Yeah.
We're talking about? I actually know his name. I forgot his name.
It's mine.
Like M-I-N-E?
Yes, that's why I referred to it as mine. He got his anime and his light novel publications canceled because it was revealed that he was hyper racist, saying things like, "Yeah, oh, he did it." So basically, the light novel is published in Japan, but his light novel is riddled with, and this is all thanks to Skylar telling me this because I asked, but I'm going to explain it instead of him to make it seem like I'm smarter. So it's licensed in Japan to be published, but in the actual light novel, there's tons of like anti-Chinese rhetoric and like stuff saying like Japan didn't actually lose in the war because they were ordered to stop the war instead of surrendering, which is total bullshit. Refers to like Westerners by like really like actual slurs. Same with Chinese, and oh man, it's really bad.
Yeah, well, you forgot to mention that the main character of the manga apparently killed like 3,000 Chinese people during World War II and then got away with it scot-free or something.
And lived to be 81 years old. 91 years old, in fact. And now he's being rewarded by being able to relive his youth after he's died because he was such a good person for Japan. Yeah. Oh, man. Oof.
Big moves.
Yeah, so the people who licensed it in China didn't actually know about this until like it was reported. Yeah, until it was reported. And then they went over to Japan and was like, "Hey, what the fuck? Why is this? Please stop! It's an actual diplomatic incident now." They went to the UN. They went to the UN ambassadors like, "Hey, this needs to stop,
please."
So once mine got called out, he apologized for it and was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I said such rash and harsh things without thinking about it. Almost like I'm a super bad racist who didn't think he'd get caught and was actually rewarded for his words not too long." So all of the people that were doing voice acting for the anime, which was out and was being produced at the time.
I don't think it was like being aired. It was being. I'm pretty sure. It was in pre-production.
Was it? I thought it was out. Okay.
Yeah,
never mind. Disregard that. So it was being produced at least, but it might not have been actually out. But yeah, all the voice actors are now without a job all of a sudden. So
well, they I think it said that the staff voluntarily vacated their positions, like they didn't want to work on it.
I read that they hadn't voluntarily left, that because of everything was being shut down, that they were out of a job.
Well, yeah, I think it was people left. Pulled out after the thing. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's all pretty fucked because there was a rumor apparently that some of the staff didn't even know like that was in it either. So
yeah, they just had no idea what was actually being said.
But that is a rumor though, so like don't take that for
no, take it for don't take it for granted. Believe it at complete face value. And post it on Twitter for everybody to see, and then call you out on. It'll be fun. So yeah, get fucked, mine. You're a piece of shit, and yeah, kind of deserve what you got.
You know what's not a piece of shit is the thing that I was going to talk about that I forgot.
Oh my god! What is this? What is this? What is this? What are you gonna say?
I actually forgot. I had like a thing.
Good. You know what I didn't forget? I didn't forget Vampire by Dontnod being released the other day.
That's out.
Yeah, it had about.
Is it good? What's the word on Vampire?
middling reviews of about like 76 aggregate scores. I don't know. George was supposed to be here, and this was the game he was looking forward to. So I really just have nothing else to mention, but that it exists, and that it's got like a 76 on Metacritic.
Who's the dudes that made fucking Remember Me, right? That's what they're known for.
They're not okay. For clarity, Don't Nod is well known for making Life is Strange, but they did also make Remember Me first. But nobody remembers that, so remember them for Life is Strange.
Remember it.
It's a really good game. You should play it. Speaking of good games, Code Vein's coming out. We got a release date for September 28th. I am completely cold on this game. I have not looked at any footage outside of the initial stuff.
Good game with an asterisk.
Good game with an asterisk. I like the idea of it, and what I saw looked good. I'm interested.
I think people said that when they played it, it was like it could be cool, but it had like some weird issues that were like because it was pre-alpha or something that could be ironed out. But it looks pretty fun. I mean, it looks like anime Bloodborne. I remember it having some cool ideas. What was actually funny was that every single person I talked to about it had the same complaint. That was they need to change the ladder climbing animation, which just made me laugh because it was so specific.
What is the ladder climbing animation?
They just said that it was very similar to the one from Dark Souls and that it was pretty slow. I mean, everyone complained that it was like it didn't fit the character design and everything. It's like you're this cool anime action man doing your sick like almost like Jehuti dashes all over the place.
But now you're just climbing like a regular person.
Yeah, your ladder animation is so like mundane.
It's all on purpose.
Yeah.
Any flaws in the game are on purpose, and you don't have a high enough IQ to just get it. You fucking plebeian.
I don't have high enough IQ to understand this. Like the most anime thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. And yes, I do have a Code Vein tattoo. And no, you can't see it. Ladies' eyes only. But only ladies who have a lower IQ than me by like 1 or 2 points. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Look, man. This is hard work, okay? This whole podcast, it's hard work. It's hard to do it. That's why I'm excited for Work X Work, which is Furyu's new game. For those of you who don't know, Furyu is a studio established by Mother 3 and Shin Megami Tensei devs, like lead devs. So
which Shin Megami Tensei games?
They did not specify. I can only assume that means multiple ones, and I will only assume that it means the good ones, aka all of them. SMT is better than Persona.
Billion SMT games.
Yeah, the lead devs of Megami Tensei for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, so you know. Alright. I
So,
mean, what if it's like the lead devs for like the what's Demi Kids? What if it's the Demi Kids?
Demi Kids. I would love that.
What if it's the Virtual Boy game with Jack Frost?
I would love that. I would unironically love that. So, Work X Work revolves around a prince tasked with taking out the Demon Lord and a young man who works hard at his part-time job. The two will challenge various dungeons at the Hiro-sama Land theme park together with its unique guests. As for the player, they'll take on the role of the protagonist's pet dog and will be tasked with guiding the theme park visitors through dungeons. You'll need to use your skills to catch the timing of enemy attacks, use recovery items, and work your way through the dungeons. By guiding the park customers through dungeons, you will receive starfish for pay. These are used to trade for weapons and items or customization for your room. The game features a variety of legendary staff, including Nobuhiro Imagawa for graphics, Nobuyuki Inoue for the scenario, Tsukasa Masuko for sound, director Suzuka Yasumoto, development director Takahiro Yamane, director of Banshee's Last Cry 2, or I'm telling you the staff list, or Kamiitachi no Yoro 2, and producer Takuya Yamanaka. You can
What's this game called?
Work X Work.
Thank you.
These are also people that worked on the Caligula effect.
Oh, the Alice game. Okay. Actually, I has an anime out right now.
The direct... Wait, what?
Yeah, Caligula has an anime on
No.
it's airing right now.
with you. We also get the director for the game is Suzuka Yasumoto. Let's see. We also get Takuya Yamanaka, Nobuhiro Imagawa. Let's see. Like the teaser for this game is like a group chat conversation between like 3 devs. So like, yeah. Okay, so Nobuhiro Imagawa worked on Mother 3, Fantasy Life, Knights and Dragons, and Doku Demo Dragon. Nobuyuki Inoue was the former chief director of Brownie Brown, director of Mother 3, Magical Vacation, Magical Star Sign, and more. Tsukasa Masuko, programmer and composer who worked on titles such as Star Force, the Shin Megami Tensei series. So he worked on, I'm assuming he worked on like 1 through whatever. Bomb Jack, yeah.
The only games that matter. 3 through Strange Journey.
SMT started at 4A. Magical Vacation. He was
starts and ends with Strange Journey.
Starts and ends at 5. He did the Caligula effect. And then Takuya Yamanaka is the Caligula effect series director and producer. So that's your staff list currently, and those are their noteworthy people, which looks promising. So I'm excited. Also, for all you PC gamers out there, we've got GOG.com's 2018 summer sale ends June 19th. So catch up all your games on the PC for up to 90% off. I know this reads like an ad read, but unfortunately we're not sponsored by Good Old Games. But hey, Good Old Games, throw us a fucking bone, please. I would like give us the money. Wow. Speaking of give us the money, this segue has nothing at all to do with our next topic. The Walking Dead, the final season, launches this August 14th and has revealed us the latest trailer titled The Last Bullet. In it we see Clem, an older, possibly legal Clem, speaking with
please.
It already happens. I might as well stipulate. Speaking with AJ, and they're talking about they're singing not a lullaby, but like a Rain Rain Go Away variant of a song about a crocodile, and AJ remarks that he's never lived in a world without monsters, and then Clem's like, "What do you do if zombies show up?" And he's like, "Oh, you got to shoot them in the head." And he's like, "Yeah." And then Clem's like, "All right, but what else do you do?" And he's like, "You save the last bullet for yourself." And then Clem's like, "Now what do you do if I get bit?" And then it just cuts. And I want that to be a choice you get to say as AJ, and it's like, get fucked.
Yikes.
Just AJ, because AJ's like 9 at most in this, so it's like, fuck you, Clem, dumb bitch. I never liked you. I'm just kidding, Clem. I love you. Please come home. Please come home, Clem.
What is this here?
I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I just saw a fucking fake Twitch leak of like a Nintendo Direct, where's the screenshot just says the Idolmaster Fortnite coming to the Switch. Yeah,
that's pretty good. It's almost as good as Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Survive 2, Shadow Moses patchy slot.
Yeah,
I saw the other day. That was pretty good. In other news, Final Fantasy 15. Oh, I just wanted one more remark on Walking Dead's final season. I'm fucking glad it's finally ending.
Oh, Jesus is it Christ, actually?
Yeah, it's the final. It's called Walking Dead Final Season.
What if it's like, Walking Dead Final Wars, and there's a movie after it, like Godzilla?
It's a game. It's the game Walking Dead.
Oh, I thought you meant the television show.
I mean, I also want that to end, but that's for separate reasons.
Yeah.
So I'm happy the Walking Dead finally gets to die instead of being cash cow.
To have a story that can have an ending that makes sense, and I bet you there's gonna be where you can choose to serve for not Clem to die in this game.
I can't wait for Kenny to come back as a zombie.
Dude, yeah. let's do it.
Like, you get an inverse of the scene from season 2 where he shows up, and it's like, but now he's a zombie.
You get on a boat. And
You get on a boat, and he shows up.
he's just there.
Oh man,
He's on a boat and he's eating like a mallard duck. You know?
yeah, mallard duck, with a Russian beer can next to him,
Yeah.
and it's like, get it,
The
and like
dramatic irony.
and off to the side, there's like a curry bowl flipped over,
Oh. Anyway. You know,
because he married. I think she was Indian. She was some sort of
I
Middle
don't
Eastern.
remember what she was. They named their kid Duck.
He did name their kid Duck. That's real bad. Duck. Quack. Final Fantasy 15's has their mod tool that was released, along with Square Enix also released like the stipulations for how the modding actually works. So you use the modding organizer tool to build your mod, and then you do different builds until like everything works, and then you submit it to the Steam Workshop. All they advertised with it was that they switched the main character, what's his name, Noctis. They switched Noctis' model with a Cactuar, and it looked good. It looked real good. Seeing it, they are, dude. I love them.
I like them a lot. Yeah. James, you want some tendies? You want some tendies, James?
It was pizza. It wasn't.
You can get tendies from most pizza places, really.
I don't want tendies from pizza places. I just want Dead or Alive 6 to not exist, and for Virtua Fighter 7 to exist.
Oh, but Dead or Alive 6 trailer looked good though.
It did look good, and that's why I'm excited for it to come out in late early 2019, according to my docket. It was announced for late early 2019.
James can read good.
I can read and write and talk good.
Good at all things.
I'm so good at it. Oh god, somebody please hire me. I'm so desperate.
Yikes.
Let's see. Yeah, it looked good. We got that what's her fucking face? Brown hair girl. She got a redesign, right?
Kasumi? Yeah, sure.
Kasumi.
Her design looks really good actually. I like it a lot.
Yeah, she got that new blue outfit going
She
on.
got that new outfit that doesn't have her titties hanging out.
Yeah, wait, what the fuck? Yeah, I hate this game now. Fuck you. Where are my titties?
They're doing the thing they said that they wanted to make it less about the titties in this one.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad.
And
I'm also glad that Studio Foul now has more projects to work with. I'm really happy
Studio
about
Found
that.
now has updated models to use.
Fucking finally.
Ow.
They don't even have updated models to use because it's just gonna be because they only work with Steam Movie Maker.
You
SF
mean Source Filmmaker?
Yeah, Source Filmmaker. So I mean, it's not even updated models because it all relies on Steam's models to look good. And I'll tell you
But
what.
Can't you like upload your own models to Source Filmmaker?
I think so, but I think Source Filmmakers like needs like look, if you want to make good models, you use fucking Blender
or like
3ds
MMD.
Max.
You could use MMD if you're like really good at MMD because good MMD.
But guess what?
looks like
MMD's
Blender.
mouth flaps don't look good.
No, but like good MMD stuff looks like Blender. So it's like if you know what you're doing, it's fine.
Yes, but Blender doesn't have that problem
Blender is
where when something clips through a mouth, or like a mouth clips into itself at the corners where the lips are supposed to end. Blender doesn't have that problem.
Well, I mean that's more of the artist, the creator's problem than anything else.
I know, but it's Studio Foul, and they only work with Source Filmmaker, and Source Filmmaker has that problem because their skeleton work and whatnot aren't that good. So it's like,
Aren't that good?
why Kasumi mouth clip at the edges and look weird with when she eats hot dog? Why it like this? Why is it gotta be like this, Skylar? Why she eat hot dogs weird because of bad modeling.
Can we move on from the discussion about the porn that you're watching?
I didn't say anything about that. I just wanted to talk about Kasumi eating hot dogs.
You brought up Studio Foul.
Yeah, Studio Foul only makes videos of people eating hot dogs. There's nothing else there. Don't look into it.
Alright.
Anyway, yeah, Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour announced. That's awesome. I'm glad.
It's pretty cool.
Hey, something else other than Capcom Pro Tour. Awesome.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
No details at all whatsoever.
Be able to watch it because watching Dragon Ball it takes forever. Dragon Ball
yes.
it's like the longest game to watch. It's ridiculous how long it takes.
When do we get FighterZ hyper fighting? Where it's just
where everyone does billions of more damage.
No. They just speed the game up like 1.5 times. Just the game speed just comes up, and it's like, okay, all right. So yeah, we don't really have any details on what's actually going to be going on with FighterZ World Tour. We do know it's going to be at CEO though, like they're going to talk more about it there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so more details coming in the near future, so look forward to that. I, for whatever reason, wrote The Walking Dead, the final season, coming out again, so I'm just going to ignore that.
You're really good at this.
I'm really good at this. Fighting EX later. I mean, Fighting EX later.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight you later. Yeah.
Coming out June 28th. Coming out June 28th. That's this month on the 28th. Fighting EX Layer comes out. So you can get the standard edition for $60, or you can get the light version for $30. The light version. Gogi version. I don't know. They didn't advertise the Gogi version. In the trailer we saw. I know.
Which one is the one that comes with all the Gogi decks?
I think it's the standard version. I know the light version comes with only a few, but I think it's the standard version that has all of them. Or maybe it's the other one. Like maybe there is there a premium one? I'd have to check. Skylar, kill time while I fact check.
See, Cross-Type Battle came out, and that's actually pretty good. I was talking before about how the game was going to go really whack, but I kind of regret talking so much mad shit about it earlier because I've been playing it and having a really good time with it. I feel like it's one of those things where the game has a lot of potential for like this hyper degenerate, offense that just kind of, you get in and you get fucked in the butt really bad, and it's like Gordeau is there and he's pressing B all up in your face from full screen. You can't do anything. You have to block. And it's really annoying. But then this game has this really amazing.
Alright, enough about that dumb, useless shit you're talking about. Skylar, shut up. Skylar, shut up. So I have to make a correction. Skylar. The light version of the Gogi cost $40, and that gets you the 12 launch characters plus 5 Gogi decks. And the standard version costs $60, and that's the 12 launch characters plus Hokuto. I don't know who that is, but Hokuto.
It's a Arika character. He's cool.
Okay. Plus 15 Gogi decks, which I believe is all of the ones that will be currently released on launch. The game comes with 12 characters: Kairi, Shirase, Garuda, Skullomania, Dodrun Mister, Alan Schneider, Doctrine Dark, Blair Dame, Jack, Shadowgeist, Sanane, and Hayate. If you purchase the standard version instead of cheaper light version, you'll also be able to get Hokuto as an additional character, and you can also watch some footages of Fighting EX later to see how this fighting game looks like. It looks like bullshit. It's gonna be great. I can't wait for it to be main stage at EVO next year.
It looks
so hype.
It looks so degenerate.
Busted.
Yeah. It's what's also weird is how hard it is. Like when we're playing the fucking beta for that, there's some weird timing on links and stuff in that game. It's pretty weird. But it's gonna break down to whoever can do the fucking infinites people found during the beta.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be whack, and I love it. We need more poverty bullshit in the mainstream.
That's what Cross-Tag Battle is. Cross-Tag Battle is poverty bullshit.
Yeah, but it's anime poverty. It's not
anime poverty is anime poverty is the height of poverty. We're talking about
no, wrong. Pillow Fight is the
No, Pillow Fight is the king of Kusoge. That's the most Kusoge I've ever seen in my life.
But
So
Kusoge
don't-
is poverty.
No, yeah, okay, true. Kusoge is poverty, but not all poverty is Kusoge.
But Pillow Fight is both poverty and Kusoge.
Right.
Therefore,
but
it is the
Melty Blood
most
is
poverty.
The ultimate king of poverty. Because you
No,
can't
no,
do
no.
it.
There's something else that's poverty that's worse than Melty Blood. Who
Melty
is it?
Blood's
Who
not
is it?
bad. Like, Melty Blood is the king of poverty because he won't die. It still
No,
exists.
no, no. What? Who?
Top 8 for Melty
No, 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 no,
Blood
no,
at
no, 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 no,
Copper
no, 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 no. Who is it that that Melty Blood players push while they're in the latrines? They're in the who is it? Who they put? Oh, they push the Sailor Moon players. That's right.
I guess. But yeah,
Yeah,
the combo breaker for Melty Blood. Sorry, top 8 for Melty Blood this year. Combo breaker happened in the hallway, and it was
Legit happened in the hallway.
I had some friends that went to combo breaker, and they said they were talking about the guy that set it up. There was like a dude yelled in the hallway like, "Hey, Melty Blood is right now. If you're here." In your Melty Blood, you better be here right now. If I don't see you, you're fucking out. And he just did Melty Blood top 8 on a fucking laptop on the floor in the middle of the hallway.
Damn.
It's pretty sick.
That's great. If I don't see you, you're fucking out.
Jeez. Can't be killed.
Oh god, I love fucking dumb poverty. I want to play Pillow Fight when we're at Stewie's house next.
I really don't. I don't want to touch that game.
I want to touch that game. I want to get all up in the filth of that game, and I want to
I
show
remember
everybody that game.
watching that with my friend, and we were just so like fucking like every second something happened. We were like, "What is going on?"
Exactly. That's why it's fun. You only need to play it the once. You don't need to
Yeah,
touch it
that's
ever
true.
again. But when you play it,
you're gonna fucking see my angel. What I can't remember any of the characters' names. I'm gonna play the fat lady. What was her name?
I
The
don't know.
princess?
Oh fuck yeah! I want to play the panda or the cat or the bear.
What
One
was
of
the one
those.
girl that had the car? And the car would come.
There was like 3 girls that had the car because they're all clones of each
They're
other.
clones, right? That's right. But there was all the ones that had like the fucking like unicorns or whatever.
Yep. I don't know any of their names. They're all like basic white
Video-
girl names.
video-
They were
Well, some of the
literally.
names were puns, like fucking.
Mhm.
Like the fucking like it was like the cat character's name or whatever was like some Japanese pun or something.
Mhm.
I can't remember. I remember making comments about it when it was
Neko Rare.
it was like Neko.
That's a good fucking
Please no.
Doujin.
I'm
title.
gonna
Neko
ignore
Rare.
that statement and I'm gonna tell you to move on.
Move on. There's we're all out of our news segments, to be honest.
Oh, cool.
You want to talk more about Ava?
We talked about Ava for a while. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think whatever we can talk about. I don't know. Did you actually want to talk about that Kanye album? I guess we talk about Kanye.
So Kanye West and Kid Cudi formed a super group called
Well, they work on
Kidsy
stuff a
Ghost.
No,
Yeah, but
the album is called Kids.
No. Actually, you're a stupid idiot. Go on Spotify. You'll see the artist
Actually,
name
we could
is
talk
Kidsy Ghost.
We could
They
talk
are they.
about
No,
the-
Skylar, fuck you. I'm
the
correcting you.
prospect
Shut the
of-
fuck up. Skylar, shut the fuck up. Skylar, they made a supergroup specifically for this album called Kids See Ghosts, and that is why the album is named Kids See Ghosts.
Well, I guess we're both correct. The album is also called Kids See Ghosts.
No, I'm correct because I'm correcting you because you didn't know that.
You're right, I didn't. But the album and the band
Yes.
have the same name. Okay.
Yes, they do because the album is introducing the group as a group.
That's
It also
cool.
features part 2 of Ghost Town on it, and it's pretty fucking high tier. But it's
It's
a
pretty
Kanye
good.
West production, so like, what's to be expected other than high quality productions?
Yes. Poop doo
it-
scoop.
Yeah, poop diddy scoop. If it wasn't for the whole slavery was a choice thing,
That's the
probably
thing.
would've been
If
pretty
we're
good.
talking about Kanye, it'd be interesting to talk about like how like his recent antics and stuff affected like the lead up of the album and stuff like that. I feel like that's like kind of relevant, you know.
it's very relevant. We should talk about that. Well, I mean, I don't. I unfortunately also did not get to give too much of an active listen. I just kind of listened to how the production flowed and everything for this, because I only had like the last 30 minutes before the podcast started to give it that listen. But we know Yi was like certainly addressing his antics and stuff. I
Yeah.
think a couple of these were speaking on maybe like the more slavery bits, because you have a lot of mentioning of being free and that sort of imagery.
That song is called Free, right?
Yeah, free.
Yeah.
I feel free.
Yeah, that's a pretty good song.
Yeah. So for those of you who aren't aware, this is essentially a sequel album to the album Kanye West released earlier last week, which we talked about on the last podcast, called Ye, which is why
I'm
this.
pretty sure it's Ye. It was supposed to be like the end of his name.
Maybe, but I was thinking Yeezus. So
yeah, I don't know. I've heard most people say Ye. Like it's where you refer to it.
Ye, ya, yo, you.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I would definitely recommend listening to Ye and Kids See Ghosts together as like maybe a combined thing, because they're very clearly like they have very similar productions because they're made by the same people, and they seem to touch on the same things. So, and they're both only like 7 tracks each, so it's like
they're both like less than a half hour long.
Yeah, so I'd say definitely just listen to both.
Put them together, they're almost like 2/3 of the length of a normal Kanye album, which is pretty funny. It's Kanye with his 90-minute albums.
Do you think maybe we'll get a third album?
I don't know.
Like
I think he announced like in the lead up for this, it was a thing where he was like, I have all these projects lined up, right? So he announced the one with Pusha T, which I think was Daytona. So there was that one. That was more a Pusha T thing. And then, he said he was gonna do like Ye, and then I think with Kid Cudi, that was this.
Okay.
So I think, if I remember correctly, those are the 3 big things he mentioned. But I don't know if there's more. But everything he's done so far has been pretty good. Daytona was a good album. Fucking it was pretty good. Yeah, it was
I didn't
great.
listen to Daytona. I thought that was just a Pusha T album.
Kanye was a producer on it. And I think he also has some verses, but I think he mostly was in production.
All right, I'll have to give that one a listen then.
Yeah. Wait, have you talked about Drake Pusha T nonsense on here?
We talked about that on the last podcast, so when it happened.
Okay, all right, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a whole arc. It was good.
Cool. It's good. Yeah. So Ye was great. I think Ye was probably the best of the 3, to be honest. I like
really?
It a lot. Yeah, because I mean, Ye just has like, I don't know. It's something like because it's more because Kid Cudi obviously was on this. He had a lot of him in the writing. It seems like. I like Ye because it was so much more like personal, I guess. They both have all 3 have really great production. Like, I actually really like some of the production on Kids See Ghosts. It's like super. I don't know. They go for like this weird like psychedelic feeling with it that I really like.
Yeah, definitely.
There's like a Louis Prima sample on like the first song, and it's great. I love that shit. Yeah, so I mean, they're all pretty great. I don't have much more to say about it other than like, yeah, I mean, it's Kanye. He's doing a thing, and they aren't like as bombastic as like some of his other stuff. Like, like
yeah, it definitely doesn't have nearly the same like what's the word I'm looking for? Flair as say like Graduation or
Yeezus.
Yeah, Yeezus. Definitely not a Yeezus one.
Yeah. But it's still like it's still very much him, and it's like a almost stripped down in a way that I like a lot.
Right. But as far as the album goes, yeah, they're good. They're good Kanye products and stuff. Now, as far as like, let's kind of get into like more of the politics matter of Kanye and what he's said, and how that kind of affects his the big memes that he's made, like how that kind of affects how people view him now. We've got quite a number of people who are boycotting Kanye albums now because of what he said, and because of his political standings. As for why Kanye supports Trump and whatnot, I'll be honest and say I haven't really read any literature on the topic of why he views that, but I can kind of.
Have you read his Twitter comments and stuff?
Yeah, every once in a while, but I don't have a well documented list of him explaining himself or talking about it. It's just the occasional shit he says.
Right.
I don't know. I can only assume it has something to do with how he and Trump kind of have similar attitudes about themselves.
Yeah,
Maybe.
okay, I see that. I always feel I remember because it was so he talked about it a lot on Twitter. How he made that ridiculous fucking post about how have was it dragon blood or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was so there was that comment, and he kind of spent a while on Twitter kind of prefacing that comment in that he says that basically it was really weird, and kind of what it boiled down to was it seems like what he basically believes that he doesn't necessarily agree with his political decisions, but it was almost this really weird statement about how how he likes Trump because he feels like other people tell him that he shouldn't or something. It's really weird because it's almost it's the same kind of mentality if people talk about you gotta be a free thinker or whatever. But then by being a free thinker, you base your opinion on I'm gonna do the opposite of what people like, but that's still your opinion is still being beholden by the majority. You're just doing the opposite because you want to be contrarian or whatever, and that's kind of weird. It's this really thing. It's this thing where I almost feel a lot of times Kanye's ridiculous antics and lead up to his albums are always in contrast to the actual work that he does, his actual songs, and the things he says in his songs are very different than the things that he says in his interviews and shit. What the fuck? How is the same guy that wrote New Slaves saying that it was a choice? I don't understand. So yeah. Basically what I'm saying is it feels like he either doesn't believe one or the other, and it feels like the one that's obviously for publicity in this case is the one that's just kind of it's just for publicity, I guess.
Yes. I guess that would be a pretty simple way of looking at it. It's very if you were going to go take the Occam's razor approach of well, there's two things: either he believes what he says, or it's all for publicity. And based on his personal history and his line of work, it would make sense that he's just doing it for publicity.
And it's also people talk about Kanye being a dick, and you gotta talk about he's kind of a crazy person.
Yeah.
Because he's
actually depressed and
he blamed himself for his mom's death. That's a whole thing. And then after his mom died, he has this whole thing with his career about his absolute horrible fear of his own death and being forgotten. Which there's that amazing meme of his Ellen DeGeneres interview where he's talking about Picasso's dead. Fucking Steve Jobs is dead. I'm dead.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you gotta watch that interview. It's pretty it's way too intense and weird for Ellen. Ellen is so uncomfortable.
Good.
It's amazing, and there's a really great there's really great edits of it. The actual raw interview is such a surreal experience to watch. Yeah, and I feel like that kind of I don't know that's unfiltered Kanye to me.
It's just that Ellen DeGeneres interview.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Do you think that people who are boycotting Kanye West music because of what he said are misunderstanding why he says the things?
No, I feel like they're definitely within their right. Like it's definitely a thing where like, I know people that hate Eric Clapton because he cucks George Harrison. Like that's a thing that happened in real life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who those people are, but okay.
Oh, Eric. Okay, well, Eric, you know of Eric Clapton. He's the guy that wrote like Layla, the song Layla. You know the song.
Do I?
You'll just look up after the podcast.
How's it go?
That song?
Nope. Never heard it.
You for sure know that song. It's like epitome of dad rock. But he also was in.
But
Did you play Guitar Hero? Because you know the song like "Sunshine of Your Love."
No. What the fuck is "Sunshine of Your Love"?
That was in Guitar Hero 3.
What is "Sunshine of Your Love"?
It's a song by Cream.
How does that go?
It was in like a Pepsi commercial.
How does that go?
I can't fucking sing it. I can't sing it. It's like weird.
But you know, I don't.
But you know that song because if you play Guitar Hero 3, or you watch.
I didn't play Guitar Hero 3. I owned Guitar Hero 3. I didn't play that shit, and the only songs I played were like the songs I knew.
Why did you own it if you didn't play it?
Because my family wanted to own it.
Oh, I guess.
And even then, that wasn't even the version I played. I played the Xbox version. And then I lost the guitar shit, so it's like they bought on the Wii.
All the versions have the same songs in them anyway. Eric Clapton's famous classical guitarist man, right? Classical rock guitarist. And then George Harrison was the guitarist / songwriter for the Beatles.
I don't even like classic rock. Now that I think about it, I don't really like it all that much. Look, you just like, I know it. Like, you, bitch, fuck you.
It's just songs people are just exposed to. You probably would have recognized it because you lived with your fucking dad.
Yeah, but no.
I know a bunch of dad rock shit because my dad was listening to it.
I know like the typical shit. Like I know
Eric Clapton is pretty typical. That's why I'm pretty sure you know.
I've never heard Layla. Go ask my dad. We had this not even an argument. We had this moment at work yesterday when I was with my dad. It was about like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'd been working since about 10. Because I slept in that night that day because I needed sleep. I hadn't slept. And anyway, so we've been listening to like whatever dad rock he's listening to since like 10 in the morning, and so like 4 hours of like the same kind of songs that all sound basically the same. You've got a couple of good ones in there, like I've been waiting for this moment all my life, like that one's pretty good. I learned about a band that I might kind of liked called The Fix. I have to look more into them, but they had a couple of songs that sounded pretty good. But eventually I just kind of get tired of hearing the same songs over and over again, so I'm like, hey, can we play something that, like some of my music? I was like, yeah, sure. So Scott, are you still there?
Yes,
okay, you're still there.
Okay. You say, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, I know. I know. It's just like I saw wavelengths form, but I didn't hear anything, so I was worried. So yeah, I turn on my local WUCF 98.9 Jazz and More radio stream on my phone.
Jazz.
Meme jazz? It's not meme jazz. It's good jazz. They played bebop earlier today.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Whenever I hear like jazz on the radio, it's always like the fucking avant-garde shit that didn't hit well, so it's just like it's like too much and it's bad, or it's like Kenny G. That's why so it's just the meme jazz channel.
I don't know, because I've had like zero actual knowledge of jazz or any jazz bands or people, so literally every song I hear is brand new to me, and I have actually yet to hear a repeat of a song on that station, which is really nice.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, and it's like it never has any like radio, like any like advertisements, and the few times it is, it's like local advertisements. So for anybody listening out here, check out, if you like jazz, check out WUCF 98.9 Jazz and More. They have a online stream that you can listen to on their website. It's a local college radio station with like actual jazz musicians that host and everything.
Do you like know the songs? Like, have you like do they tell you the songs that you hear?
They,
Or do you, like,
yes,
save
they do
songs
tell
that
you this.
like?
They do say the songs that I hear, that I listen to.
And have you saved ones that you like?
I have not, but I do know some. I do know some songs. Like
I'm
one
curious
song.
what the ones that you liked were.
There's one really good song called "Gentle Rain," and it's like our love will be romantic, but sad like the gentle rain. And I don't know who that's by anymore. I forgot, but I heard it today. And it was amazing.
Oh, Tony Bennett.
Yeah. So we're listening. So I pause his songs for a minute, and I turn on my jazz station, and it's playing, and about a minute passes before my dad's like, "What the fuck is this?" And it's like, my music? Like, what is it? It's jazz? And it's like, no, turn that off. It's like, but you said we could listen to my music. Like, yeah, no. It's like, well, I mean, it's either this or hip hop. And he's like, no, I don't want to fall asleep. And it's like, we've been listening to the same songs for the past 4 hours, Dad. Please. And I was like, well, no. This is you know, when you're the man, when you're the boss, then you can decide what music to listen to. And it's like, these are full.
Kind of the same thing.
These are quotes, by the way.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I put on my like Coltrane while I'm doing work or whatever, and be like, well, why listen to like detective music?
Detective music.
Because it's from like noir and stuff, right?
That's fucking great. I have never heard it described as detective music before.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
George Harrison's wife left him, and
Oh, George Harrison from the Beatles?
Yes, and Eric Clapton's wife married her, and they were like best friends or something. So it was like he got cucked. Side note: Eric Clapton plays the guitar solo on I know my mind is dying.
Oh no!
It's the song from the White Album. While my guitar gently weeps. That one. Sorry.
Oof, that's rough. Maybe that's how he met his wife.
Yeah, because there was a thing where George Harrison was like, I wrote the solo, but I can't play it good, so I'm going to get Eric Clapton to come and play it for me.
That's awkward. That's awkward when you write a song you can't even play.
It happens sometimes. There's a really funny one with the Doors, where the song Roadhouse Blues, the guitar solo on that, they wrote it, and then the guitarist for the Doors couldn't play it. So they brought another guitarist.
How do you write a song you can't play? Wouldn't you be playing the song as you write it?
Not necessarily. And it might have been a thing where the solo wasn't written by him. Or whatever. Like someone else wrote the solo. Because I feel like, what's his face? Everything's just skipping my brain. The singer for the Doors, Jim Morrison, who probably wrote it. And then he couldn't play it. And so they got another guy to do it. You can hear when the solo is happening that Jim Morrison has a line where he says like, "Do it, Lonnie, do it," and everyone heard it wrong. It's like Lonnie's not the guitarist for the Doors' name. Yeah. So yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Lonnie's not the guitarist's name. Oh man. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna post it later in Discord. But there's. How do you feel about the music that's made literally just to suck the military's dick, and has no other purpose?
I mean, like, I feel like in my brain that just auto completes to like angry dude bro rock.
Wow, it's not angry. There's a song I found. My dad has it on his phone, and he played it during those 4 hours of dad rock, which then turned into 6 hours of dad rock. He played some song called like the Warrior Song, which is just, I don't know, something. I am a warrior. Sure. I'll find it. It's not the song where it's like, I am a warrior. I am loyalty. It's not that song. It's explicitly not that. It's explicitly not that song. It's a different song, but it's like, I'm marching with a sea of blood underneath my boots, and it's like,
wow, that's pretty metal.
But it's explicitly not metal like music. It's just like, it sounds like somebody doing a cover of a Five Finger Death Punch band. It's rough.
So that's literally the genre I'm thinking of, though. Because the Five Finger Death Punch to me is the epitome of Dude Bro Rock.
It is the epitome of Dude Bro Rock, but it's like Dude Bro Rock. It's you know what? I came up with a name for the genre. I call it false valor genre because it's what civvies who want to think, who like to act military. It's what they listen to because they like to think, oh, I'm so tough. I could have been in the military if it wasn't for my bum knee. That's my excuse, man. I could have been a Marine. I'm gonna listen to this music so I feel masculine. Take my testosterone pill. Fuck. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. A little bit of that emotion came out. a little too from the heart and from a personal place. I'm sorry. There's a little too much personality in that one. Anyway, thank you for joining us at the Dadcast. I've been your host, James, and this is my friend Skylar. You can find us on the Dadcast YouTube channel. Search Dadcast and find the red microphone, and you'll find us. There we have Season 0, which is the first 15 episodes for our CastBox listeners. We have the Dadcast After Dark episodes 1 and 2, and we have weekly Dadcast number 1, which was last week's podcast. If you want to stay up to date on the audio version of the podcast, you can find us at weeklydadcast.podbean.com. That's weekly, weekly, dadcast, dadcast.podbean.com. And if you have any fan questions for us, which unfortunately we didn't have anything ready today, but if you have a fan question for us, you can email us at officialdadcast@gmail.com. What was that email, Skylar?
Officialdadcast@gmail.com.
Yes, that's officialdadcast@gmail.com. Now look for us next week on iTunes, and I will update you all on the Twitch channel and the potential of streaming the Dadcast on a regular basis. Also, you can find us on Patreon. We have a single $1 donation for any people who want to financially support us in any sort of way. Basically just go towards upgrading everybody's equipment and making the Dadcast as high quality as possible. Because at the moment, I'm pretty much the only one who has any sort of real equipment. Everybody's kind of just on their phones or using that Mr. Medicare mic, which is like your cheap old Xbox headset that you never change out. Or a bad iMac. MacPad, MacBook? MacBook, yes.
I'm one of those Mac cucks, you know?
Big Mac. So yeah, if you would like to show us your support on Patreon, you can also do that at patreon.com/dadcast. And that's enough shilling for the day. I will see you guys next week on the Dadcast. Thank you, and have a good night.